And welcome to Arizona Cactus Football League semifinals here at Bell Bank Park Arena in Mesa, Arizona, home of the Cactus Football League. Game is coming to you by Cactus Media X, the proud sponsor of Arizona Cactus Football Field League. Alongside me is my co-host, JR Warner. I am Jesse Burke, and excited to bring to you tonight the semifinal matchup between the 10-1 Spartans, versus the 5-5 Outlaws to win a chance to go to the championship. But before we kick tonight's game off, we're going to go down to the field and do a little player spotlight on two of the players playing tonight. So let's go down there now.
Thank you, Jesse. Tonight, the Outlaws' #1 wide receiver, Asher McMillan, quite the playmaker for them, as he is a speed threat on the outside. You can't really leave him one-on-one, and he's a real burner. But it appears he's not suited up tonight, so that could be a crucial blow to the Outlaws' offense. We will be monitoring that situation. But as of right now, no pads on, and a devastating blow to the offense. Their huge speed threat. They're really going to have to rely on the run game with their star running back, Ben Williams, tonight. And then we'll kick it back to the booth for the Spartans player with Jesse and JR.
And we're back, and Asher McMillan, one of the star-studded receivers in the league. He's been putting on, other teams on notice social medially, and obviously tonight trying to unravel some of that talent. And then on the Spartan side of things, we're going to cut it down to the field and showcase Jake Mortensen.
Mortensen for the Spartans. Jake Mortensen for the Spartans, one of the best pure passers in the league. He's been getting it done through the air for this Spartan offense. Really good touchdown to interception ratio, a lot of yards, completion percentage is up there. He's a great pocket passer, and he makes sure to hit his receivers in stride. The Spartans have a few good outside threats, so look for them to come with a balanced attack, but be ready for Mortensen just absolutely slinging it tonight in this semifinal. And returning it to the booth one more time, here's Jesse and JR. They got you till half.
And excited to be here for this semifinal matchup. Definitely excited for some well-known teams throughout the league. I know we often talk about how you're a former player in this league, and throughout the years, these teams have remained solid with their identities and their playoff presence. What do you got tonight?
This one is very special to me, this game in particular. As you know, I am a former Spartan, but there's a lot of guys on that Outlaw football team that I played with before, that I played against before. There's a lot of new Spartans on this team that I played with before, that I played against before. So this is going to be a great football game. Funny thing is, a lot of people expect a high-scoring game given the nature that the Spartans have come out all year long, and they put up numbers, but I'm predicting a little bit more of a defensive battle. A lot of veterans on this defensive football team for the Outlaws. I expect them to come out tonight and hold up the challenge.
Yeah, and then, the Spartans have been lighting things up on the scoreboard. Obviously, we saw Jake Mortensen, 21 touchdowns, very impressive. And then on the ground for these Outlaws, Ben Williams, ageless wonder, almost 1,000 yards on the season, and letting it to be known that his team may have took a year off in the Lions, former owner, current owner, I don't know where that stands, but now filling his role as running back and kind of putting the team on his back, so to speak, and excited to see the ground attack versus the air attack tonight.
Don't forget Ben's 8 TDs too, which is huge. Ben's been, at least over the last 4 weeks, you've kind of seen a shift in the Outlaws, especially on the defensive side of the football. Traditionally, Outlaws have been a 40 front, 50 front type football team. Lately, in the past few weeks, you've seen a little bit more of a 30 front, and them utilizing a little bit more skill and getting a little bit more faster on the edges, which I think will pay dividends here in this football game today.
Let's proceed for the national anthem. And welcome back, man. The national anthem gets me every time. As a broadcaster, as a former hockey athlete, baseball and all that, I imagine you as a former football guy, current football coach, it gets you going too, man. So before we get the kickoff going, we're going to cut it to the sideline where Lucas, our sideline reporter, has got some intel for today's game. I believe we're going to cut to Lucas after the coin toss. Oh, no, and here we are.
It'll be really interesting to see the air attack that the Spartans will possess against the stout Outlaws defense, and we will let the ref take it away for this coin toss. The Spartans win, and they'll elect to defer. So we'll get to see the Spartan defense first and the work of Larry Williams. And for the rest of the game, back to the booth.
And the coin toss is set, and the players give their respectful sportsmanship handshakes, and love to see it as they go to their respective sidelines. And we're ready for game one of the semifinal matchup between the Outlaws and the Spartans. And with that being said, I think we're going to kick it now to Lucas, our sideline reporter. No, we're not. We're going to keep it here, folks. We're growing here in the AZCFL, Cactus Media X. We got graphics, we got production, but more importantly, JR, Jesse Burke here in the booth. Bro, I'm excited, man. We get the show going, man. The emotion can't fly without us. So tonight, man, I'm super excited because we got the dramatics and the storyline. We have well-known team in the Outlaws, well-known team in the Spartans, and I've never seen this before in a kind of ode to sportsmanship. They're meeting at midfield, probably to go under and over the rules again, as unfortunately there's been some extracurriculars in these games leading up to today. So I imagine tonight they want to remind everybody that it's between the whistles, within the lines, and a game to be played.
Yeah, in a game of this magnitude, there's going to be emotions. There's going to be guys who get up in arms. There's going to be a little after the whistle contact here and there, a little extra shoving after piles, that sort of deal. But with these two groups, there's a lot of familiar faces on both sides. A lot of these guys are friends. A lot of these guys hang out outside of football, no matter what color jersey they're on. So for the next couple hours, they're going to be enemies. After that, they'll be friends again. And during the course of this entire football game, they will be giving each other everything they got to get a chance to go to the championship game.
And, we saw last year the Spartans walked off the field in a championship loss and have been on a mission to get back to the swing of things. They took care of the regular season in stride, winning every game but one. And unfortunately, you got to kind of step back into the levels of the playoffs, and even though their sights are set on the championship, they have a tall order tonight and can't overlook the Outlaws in the slightest.
Yeah, you can't overlook the Outlaws, but flat out, Spartans are a better football team than they were last year.
Yes.
They get it done in so many different ways. They got so much talent on the football field, whether it be at the receiver, quarterback, and now running back position. You talked a lot about Jake out here now with 21 touchdowns, 3 interceptions on the season, only 3 interceptions on the season. That's great performance out of your quarterback. And you've got a 3-headed monster. Jonathan Finch is now healthy and will be in this football game today, running the ball for the Spartans. Again, he was a big point in talking to Aaron before the game, getting him the ball today and showing what he can do. He hasn't been healthy all season, but his body feels great to go. And of course, Scotty and DeWitt will be ready to rock and roll. As you know, Scotty can get it done in the passing game at receiver, and he can also get it done at the running back spot. As for the Outlaws, sitting back there in that nickel position, rover position, you've got Carl Evans, longtime veteran, talented football player. You've got Tyson Moose at middle linebacker. This team is absolutely ready to go. A lot of young guys out here for the Outlaws on the defensive side of the ball who, according to Carl Evans, after I've had a chance to speak with him, have been listening and getting better. And over the last 4 weeks, you've definitely been able to see a change in the Outlaw defense. And not to mention offensively having Rico at quarterback, longtime veteran, guy that can get it done. This is going to be a very good football game, and I can't wait.
Super excited for these emotions to unravel. We definitely spoke on Jake Mortensen being on a bottom tier team last year in the Arizona Roll Tide, and now being handed keys to the Cadillac. And then on the other side, Rico McNeil, who's worn multiple jerseys, but is very familiar with the playoffs. So switch out his jersey, but he knows his assignment. And tonight, both teams, the assignment's clear.
Couple guys I just want to key for you guys. Carl Manns on the defensive side of the football here for the Outlaws. I want you guys to keep an eye on Tevin Ray. And, of course, for the Spartans, keep that eye on Jake. He'll get it done today. On the defensive side of the football, keep your eye on Devo, inside linebacker. He's been getting better year by year, game by game. Another special player for you guys to watch tonight.
And unfortunately, the last thing you want to do is gift your opponent at the beginning of the game. And Spartans kicking the ball out of bounds will gift the Outlaws on the 40-yard line. So this stout offense starting with great field position.
Yeah, crazy thing is, over the years, Outlaws are known for a lot of 23, 22 personnel kind of groupings, which means they like to load up with tight ends, load up with running backs. Lately, in the last few weeks, you've been seeing a lot more spread-type offense. Again, this team, although they've been around a long time and do have a lot of veterans, they've gotten a lot more younger players, and within the last few weeks, have figured out ways to incorporate them, which has made them a better football team than they were to start the season, so to speak.
So here we go. Game one of, I usually say a full slate of football tonight. Our slate is 2 games. Semifinals, 4 o'clock game, Cactus Media X, Bell Bank Park, JR Warner, Jesse Burke, ready to get this going.
Let's get it. 2-by-2 look here for the Outlaws as they fake the handoff and pass it outside to the wide receiver who's one-on-one, got a block downfield.
That's Azure McMillan.
Got one to beat.
And already Azure is making Azure they know who he is, as he is quickly going to not only storm into Spartan territory, he stride down there with style, and now, like you said, JR, already moving.
Like
Rico.
You see it right from the get-go. Come out, spread this defense out, make a play on the edge, fake the run, throw it to the receiver on the outside, leave them one-on-one, put your athletes in one-on-one situations, you'll be successful. Again, the Outlaws making the change in their offense has been the key to why they're in this football game today. And as you've seen from the very get-go, they plan on spreading this team out and trying to attack some weaknesses that they've seen on film.
Sure has been lighting it up all year, man. He is a liability when you got him on one-on-one coverage. So we're going to see, expect to see a lot of matchups top of your screen there.
He sure has got 16 receptions for 6 TDs this year. He averages 20 yards per touch. He's lighting it up.
Yeah. As a handoff now to Ben, he runs it up the middle, and he takes some defenders with him past the sticks.
See, and that's what happens when you're allowed to spread out a team like the Spartans. The Spartans are very stout up front. They got some really good linebacker plays. They are very quick. Now that they've shown that they can run it up pass it to the edge and lead and get some play off of the receivers, they can now run it up the middle. O-line does a great job getting a push on the ball. Outlaws are really cooking to start.
Yeah, and something we see about in the CFL play, it's always emotions start early and then tends to be a little bit of a die-off, but right now, the Outlaws mean business, and they're rolling.
Trips right look here now for the Outlaws. Spartans coming up, 1 safety high look. Look like they're playing a little bit of man with 1 safety high here.
There's another handoff to Ben, and he's loving the middle lane, but this time he's brought back viciously, thrown to the ground. I believe that is no, that was Devo, as you said, so.
Yeah, Devo's going to play really solid inside that middle. Got a little caught out of position on that last big run there by Ben, but was able to stay home, find his gap, work his way downhill, and make a play. So great job there by Devo and the Spartans defense. 2nd and about 6 here now for the Outlaws as they get ready to see what they can make happen.
So we're gifted here in the booth in the air conditioning, but these guys on the field playing in triple-digit degrees.
102, is it, I believe?
And rocking black pants.
Sheesh.
And add probably 10 to 15 degrees with the pads. So these guys, by all means, are warriors.
Rico here, motion here from the receiver. Jet sweep look to the outside. He's got a little bit of room. He's one-on-one. Great block downfield by Benjamin.
And he is tripped up right around the 15. So that is number 10.
That'll be enough for an Outlaw first down here. And as you can see, the Outlaws plan on spreading these guys out. That's what they want to do. They want to force the Spartans to tackle one-on-one. They don't want to keep the box jammed and allow them to keep 8, 9 guys in the box. They want to spread them out and say, hey, you could tackle our athlete one-on-one, so be it.
It could be like in high school when you take a test and then there's questions that you're like, hey, we didn't study this part. Is there a part in game film where, these are the guys we didn't, pay attention to, and now they're lighting us up?
Yeah, we've got a double backfield formation here. 2-by-1 look at the receiver position.
Ben gets the
Inside
rock
zone.
up the middle again, man. He means business.
Inside zone handoffs right now for Ben Williams behind this offensive line, going for 7, 8, even 9 yards a pop here. Absolutely amazing job up front by the offensive line of the Outlaws and creating these creases here for Ben to be successful.
Yeah, man. He lives in the middle lane. One more run up the middle, he's going to have to change his address.
The crazy thing is, all it takes for Ben is one guy to miss it. He can take it to the house. He's got great explosive speed. He does a great job being patient behind his offensive line. And when he sees an area to go, he puts his foot in the dirt and gets downfield quickly.
Yeah. 746 yards on the season. That's very impressive, man.
So you see a veteran football team in the Outlaws. A couple young guys there, but as you can see, they're settled down. They're ready to come out here and play football. They catch themselves now in the red zone. Heavy backfield here for the Outlaws.
This time he runs up the middle. It's not going to fool the Spartans. He tries to bounce it out to the left, and Devo's all over it.
Devo's back again. Second big play there for Debo on that Spartans defense on this drive. Debo is here to play some football today, and it's fun to watch already.
So definitely slowing of the pace as we've gotten closer to the goal line, but you know, you were saying it, JR, you know, expect a defensive struggle or a defensive, I guess, you know, presence for both teams.
Yeah.
But right now, I guess the focus has to be the offense.
Yeah, again, the Outlaws right now they're playing with house money. They shouldn't be here according to a lot of people, right? So they're going to come out here, they're giving their best shot. This right here from the get-go, Rico looks right.
He lets it go.
Caught by number 42, and he's into the end zone.
And we got ourselves an early touchdown for the Outlaws. That is Jacob Reed,
the longtime veteran, getting into the end zone for the Outlaws. Outlaws put themselves on the board early, go up 6-0.
So I feel like tonight's kind of story is playing into that role of the new faces, old heads, some old heads in new places. We got Jacob Reed and the Outlaws, and getting the score early on the board. So 6-0 Outlaws, and what a drive, all cemented from that out-of-bounds kickoff that granted them the 40-yard starting position.
When you got veterans in the right spot and you got speed and talent, you can make things happen. Rico doing a great job leading this Outlaw defense down the field, opening drive, letting the Spartans know we are here to play football today, and I hope you guys brought it for 4 quarters because it looks like from the start, they're ready to go.
Yeah, extra point is good, so the score is early 7-0. And you got to imagine the Spartans are kind of scratching their heads early in this one.
Well, definitely not a team that expects to come out here and give up an opening drive touchdown. Spartans, you know, they pride themselves, believe it or not, on that defensive end. As good as they've been offensively, they've been just as good defensively all year. So I look for that group of guys to get on the sideline, have a long talk with the defensive coordinator, and see what type of adjustments they need to make in order to start slowing this Outlaw team down. Because I tell you what, if the Outlaws are able to spread them out and continue to play at the pace they just played at all game long, it could be a long game for the Spartans.
Yeah, and there's something to be said about, like you said, playing with house money, having nothing to lose. I overheard the huddle, and that was something Rico was saying is, you know, kind of to your sentiment of they don't necessarily expect it to be here from the team masses. You know, last week's game kind of ended in an unfortunate way, and now this week, like you said, they're playing with house money, nothing to lose, and that's technically the most dangerous person.
Yeah.
Is somebody that's got nothing to lose.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, when you're the underdog in a football game, all you got to go out and do is swing. And if one connects, then you're dropping a guy, and all of a sudden, Vegas is happy.
Yeah.
You understand?
Hand
what I'm
down,
saying?
man down.
You
Bro.
understand what I'm saying? And football's no different than anything else. If when you got nothing to lose, that's what makes you dangerous. I mean, they're going to come out here, they're going to swing, they're going to scrap, they're going to claw. At the end of the day, everyone's expecting the Outlaws to lose this football game and the Spartans to win it. So what better way to come out and punch first?
Yeah. And now the Spartans get a chance as Tyree tries to pick it up, and he does more of a ground ball scoop. Now runs out to the right.
Room on the outside if he gets there.
And too much dancing as
Good
he
tackle.
brought down right around the 28-yard line.
Good tackle by John Lewis there, getting in on tackle number 27 for the Outlaws, coming downhill, making a great special teams play. So Jake Mortensen and the gang takes the field now here for the Outlaws. Very high-powered offense all year long. There's only been actually, you know, to be honest, got to be completely honest here. There's been one team that really slowed them down, and that's been the Rebels, and who, in my opinion, has matched up with them very well, even all year long, even dating back to the first time they played. So, but everybody else has tended to struggle with this offense. We'll see what the Outlaws or what wrinkles they put in today. to hopefully be successful.
And Jake Mortensen, I don't know what his playoff career is from high school, but I know in the AZCFL years it wasn't too distant. So now let's see how he plays as playoffs is a different game as Hutch is brought down viciously by Carl Manns.
Carl Manns, longtime veteran. Carl's been getting it done at the defensive end spot since probably me and you were in diapers, man. I'm just kidding. Carl Manns is one of the better defensive ends in this league, and he's been that guy for a very long time. Great to see him play aggressively there and be able to tackle Hutch one-on-one and make a play.
So Hutch, being the switch army knife, the Hutch army knife, if you will, is big body in there. So for Carl to drag him back 10 yards, very impressive, but not something we should expect to see all the time.
All the time. No, definitely not. We'll see. Again, Outlaws right now, opening drive, got a touchdown. So they're on defense here looking to say, hey, let's get a quick 3-and-out, give our offense the ball back, and they're coming out here and playing like it.
So this time they handed off to Hutch, and he meant business on that run, getting right back to possibly where they were before, but
yeah, it'll be
still
about
third and long.
9. Yeah, 3rd and 9 here after that run here by Hutch. Big third down right here for the Spartans. They've got to pick up a first down here because I believe if they give the Outlaws a short field the way this game is going, they'll be looking at a 2-score lead, being 2 scores down.
How do you balance you want to set the pace early, but then also knowing it's a long football game, don't.
You play your game. This has been a long football season. By now, you should already have an identity. You play your football game, and you do the best you can do at what you guys do successfully. And by now, you should know it.
As Jake now scans the field, steps into the pocket, throws left. He's got a dangerous tip, and it's caught. That's going to be Dre Capone having awareness, and that's a player that we spoke on highly throughout the year. Last year, getting Offensive Player of the Year, and, great guest on Intel, letting us know he's on a mission. Before this season, he's never beaten the Outlaws before.
Really?
So you got to imagine beating them in the playoffs is extra sweet for him, but great awareness there. As the handoff now up the middle.
Hutch, again, big run by the Spartans team. This Spartans offense has the best line that they've had as a franchise. So I'm not saying the best line in the league, so guys out there, don't hop in my inbox tonight. I'm saying for the Spartans franchise, since they've been an organization, this is the best offensive line that they've been able to put on the field, and they have really been able to lean on guys all year long, and that's just another example of how physical they can be up front. Great job there also by Scotty in finding the lane.
Yeah, and I got to give flowers to the offensive lineman. It's the most overlooked position. Unfortunately, it's not the sexiest. They're not out there saying, hey, bro, there's no glory involved, but there's an identity and there's a personality attached to a lineman, and these guys love it. So shouts to them for finding a rhythm and finding an identity.
It looks like they called an illegal shift there by number 5, so illegal shift for Hutchinson, which will now bring the ball back here and make it a 1st and long situation here for the Spartans. So take away that run, 1st and 15 here now for the Spartans.
At least they got the first down now. As this time they hand it off to Finch, as you said, part of the 3-headed monster.
Oh, yeah. Finch picks up about 5 there. That'll bring up 2nd and 10 here. And, yeah, 3-headed monster, they've been DeWitt, Finch, and Scotty all year long. Now, Finch hasn't been particularly healthy. This is the healthiest he's been. So he's in here looking to make an impact and really be able to take this team over the edge to give them a championship try.
And then, switching fields, Key Harris, a former Spartan, on the other side now.
Yeah.
Running back for the Outlaws. So.
Tevin as well. Tevin is playing a little bit of outside backer here. Number 29 for the Outlaws is also a former Spartan.
As a pass to Dre, and that's complete. Big body Dre is taking 4 or 5 guys to bring him down, and he doesn't go down. That's a big body Dre.
They're going to have a holding here on the right tackle, I believe, for the Spartans. Left tackle, because he absolutely just grabbed Carl Manns on the edge and just drove him into the dirt. And I believe there's a little bit of jersey got away. Anytime as referees you see that jersey get away, it's usually a holding call. So we'll see what the White Hats got.
Oh, I know Carl's dangerous in the open field, but I guess when a lineman gets their hands on him.
Yeah, so yeah, that'll be a hold.
Too much.
10-yard penalty here for the Spartans. They'll bring up 2nd and 19, 2nd and 20, thereabout, for the Spartans. But of all the teams in the league, if there's one team that can get the ball downfield to make some plays, it is the Spartans. So usually you'll say in this situation there's no real play in the playbook, but I guess they probably have a lot of them.
Yeah, I mean, Coach A, offensive genius, if you will, definitely prides himself on his play calling, his play making, and play designing. So I'm sure he's got a lot of tricks up his sleeve
They've
tonight.
got Dre here. It looks like one-on-one, but not quite.
As Jake stares it down, and that's intercepted, and that may be Assure playing both sides of the ball. And is he going to run it back to the house?
There's a flag over on the sideline. It may be a sideline warning, but Assure putting a stamp on this game early. Big catch earlier in the game off of a screen pass that he took for about 60 yards downfield. And now a big interception for him, playing a little bit of the corner spot and taking it back to right around the 11-yard line here for the Outlaws. Absolutely great start for the Outlaws if you're an Outlaw fan.
I never want to play armchair quarterback, but Jake did stare down the receiver a little heavy, which gave Assure, kind of the deer in the headlights ability to just get that ball going.
The outside linebacker played well, too. He was steering on the target the other way. He had no reason to come off that curl, so he sat right there in the curl, got a hand on the football, and Assure is slightly right behind him, able to make a play on the ball. So fortunate situation for Assure, but he's got to give credit to his outside linebacker for putting him in a great spot.
And, maybe speaking on it early, but Jake early in this playoff flustering, the playoff flusters showing early, but he proud quarterback, talented guy. He's going to shake it off. And as we always say, plenty of football left, but
blocking the back on the return there for the Outlaws, which will bring them back 10 yards. So they'll start their drive here right around the 26-yard line. So the Outlaws got the ball 1st and 10, almost in the red zone here, right around the 26-yard line, looking to make a play. 2-by-2 look here for the Outlaws. Rico gets his guys ready to go.
Hand off to Ben. Runs into a sea of gold right around the line of scrimmage. So 2nd down now. But I mean, JR, it's something about adding insult to injury. The Outlaws have been running on offense, and then to give them great field position with both chances. I mean, granted, you didn't want to give them the interception, but they're starting both times with the ball, great field position. So.
Yeah, they've done what you want to do if you're the underdog football team. You've come out, you establish yourself, you've gotten a big score early, you're catching yourself marching, gotten a big stop, catch yourself now marching on your 2nd drive of the game, and you really putting the Spartans on their heels here.
Hand off to Ben again. Now he cuts it to the right and bounces off the first defender and goes in for more, and then is dragged back. The whistle is blowing, and he does not go down. So good on these ball carriers to stubbornly stay up, man.
That's back-to-back plays now for number 53, Christian Upshaw, coming up big now for the Spartans defense at that defensive end spot. He came from the other side of the field to be able to make that play as Ben tried to cut it back. So shout out to Christian, and great job here by the Spartans defense now trying to hold their ground after an unfortunate turnover by the offense. 3rd and 10 here now for the Outlaws.
Remind you guys that this game is sponsored by Cactus Fuel, refueling tomorrow's athlete, official hydration drink of the Arizona Cactus Football League. It's vegan and gluten-free, so it's kind of like Gatorade, but without all that sugar.
Trips left here now for the Outlaws, 3rd and 9. Rico looks left.
Now he's staring down his receiver, throws it dangerous, but threads the needle and connects. And the defender's claiming that it hits the ground, which let's see who came up with it. The receiver's slow to get up, and that may be Assure. No, that is
Jacob Reed. 42, Jacob Reed. So that explains why he's slow to get up. It's the old timer getting it done.
It's not pain, it's age.
Great job there by Jake, man. He's got, for years now, he's had some of the most sure hands in semi-pro football in Arizona. So it's good to see him out here still getting it done at a high level. Got a touchdown earlier. Big catch here. Moving the chains. 1st and 10 Outlaws.
And then ironically, there's a Jacob Reed on the other side who's a former Outlaw for the Spartans. So
I believe that's Jake Reed on the Canes.
No, Jacob Reed.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, former, R-E-I-D. Yeah.
Gotcha. A lot of different reads.
Yeah, man.
Fake the inside zone, brings it back underneath to the
And
inside
that's
zone.
Conley.
So they fake an outside zone one way and hand off an inside zone to Brian Conley on the left end here. And the Outlaws are just gashing the Spartans up front. 2nd and short here now for the Outlaws. Spartans here with their backs against the wall, trying to get another stop here. Hopefully they can hold up, because if not, they'll be down 2 scores.
Hey, my bad. Raymond Reed, not Jacob Reed.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Raymond
like,
Reed.
there's not a Jake Reed. Over
Last name. That's what I meant. Reed.
like,
Jacob, short for Raymond.
We know Ray Reed. We know him well.
Yeah, my bad, Ray.
Trips right here now for the Outlaws, spreading that Spartans defense out. Spartans showing man-to-man across the board here.
As Conley now pushes his way and is short for around, or I'm sorry, again, not going down. So I'm loving the stubbornness of these ball carriers, man.
Looks like they got enough for the first down here, though. It'll be first and goal here for the Outlaws.
First
so
and goal.
Brian picks up just enough to keep the offensive coordinator happy.
Yeah.
First and goal situation here now for the Outlaws.
You're right. That I was confusing Ray Reed and Jake Reed.
Yeah,
But like Jacob and Jake, Ray, you know what I'm saying? Short for Raymond, whatever, bro.
You had me agreeing with you for about 4 seconds.
Nah, I needed that fifth one. Forgive me, Ray.
He's like, who you calling Jake?
Yeah.
They look completely different.
I'm
Two
like,
completely
hey, I've
different
been
people.
watching a lot of State Farm commercials, bro. I'm
One
sorry.
guy's about 6'4", the other guy's about 5'11", 6 feet.
Hey, bro, I don't be judging height.
Outlaws here. Rico barking something out to his, looks like, tight end or slot receiver. 2x2 look here for the Outlaws. Motion here coming off the left side. Short motion. Rico looks right, rolls right.
Let's see. Fly. And nice
Incomplete.
defense. Nice breakdown by Goodman.
Pass was intended for Sanders. Swag himself. It is incomplete. Great defense
by
there
Goodman.
by the Spartans.
Yeah, Goodman, good defense.
Yeah, good job here. Second down, though, so they got to do this a few more times before,
Right.
before you can give them kudos. If you're just tuning in, man, Outlaw football all the way here today. They've been getting it done as they are currently in the red zone right on the 5-yard line, looking to punch their ticket into a 2-score lead here against the #1 seed.
Yeah, the #1 seed with a chip on their shoulder, you
Yep.
know, so they have a lot to earn back, and then they also have a lot to lose. So,
Yeah.
so far, Outlaw ball.
Another 2x2 look here, man-to-man here for the Spartans across the board.
As Rico looks left, now scans right, throws it
Almost.
over the reach of Conley. So, nice little last-ditch effort, but a little too much mustard on that one.
I mean, only downside to playing man-to-man is that you become a little bit vulnerable in the middle, especially when the Outlaws are here trying to spread you out. A lot of trips looks, a lot of 2x2 looks to try to spread you out. But the Spartans have had more of the success this game on the defensive side of the ball, playing a little bit more man versus zone. So I think that may be their adjustment here going forward, playing a little bit more man and entrusting their front seven to actually make plays in the trenches.
With the defense, I mean, I'd say it's just being outmatched right now. There's not really one person you can pick out and say, hey, this guy's getting bullied, focus on there. It just looks like the field is kind of slanted right now.
Yeah, you got to give credit where credit's due. The offensive coordinator for the Outlaws has come out with a great game plan, and he is doing a good job at exploiting some of the
Rico
weaknesses
looks
we see on
right,
this team.
throws it, and there was a lot of
Contact.
a lot of friction on that incomplete pass. So good break on the play, good incompletion, and like you said, JR, they had it a couple more times to do it, and they did. So now I think the field goal unit for the Outlaws are coming on. I know we don't live for the moral victories here in football, but you got to take them when you can get them.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, if the Outlaws get this field goal, it's still a 2-possession game.
True.
So their goal is still there. They've done exactly what they wanted to do. Their first 2 drives, potentially 2 scores. As Carl Evans is late onto the field here in special teams, looks to get set up to hopefully protect a little bit of pressure coming off the edge. This is a big field goal here.
Yeah.
1 possession to 2 possession score.
Special
Big
teams,
field goal.
man. Let's see if the snap good, hold good, kick is up, and it is no good.
Big stop for the Spartans defense.
So moral victory won for the Spartans, and they're going to get the ball back deep in their own territory. So Jake can, erase that interception as it came up with no harm, no foul. And now the Spartans got to kind of right this ship as they got the ball back.
Just from a little bit of what I've seen in the first part on what the Outlaws are trying to do defensively against the Spartans that first drive is they're allowing everything underneath. They're going to go ahead and back up, play off, not allow any big plays downfield. When it's time to man up, they're going to be aggressive and play a little bit of bumper run on the outside. So early on, I'm calling it. If the Spartans want to be successful, Jake has got to use his legs. He's got to run the football a little bit. So we'll see exactly what the Spartans decide to do here. Pistol formation here for the Spartans. 2 backs in the backfield in Hutchinson and Finch. Ball's handed off to Finch.
And he is quick off the line and is
Yeah,
dragged
that
down.
might be their key there. They might have to do what they haven't done all year, which is really decide to hand the ball off 20-something times this game, because they're not going to get a big play in the offense at the wide receiver spot downfield the way this secondary is playing.
I wish the Spartans had another running back named Abercrombie. It'd be Abercrombie and Finch. I know it's Finch. Whatever.
See, now you've got bump and run here on the left side here. So man to man on the left side.
As Jake hands it off again to Finch, and they are not
Going
fooled.
for it at all.
Yeah,
So interesting here. Outlaws just simply mixing it up. So I may be wrong. Now you're getting now the first 2 downs, you get some.
now
bump
you got
and
to
run
attack
coverage.
the air,
Yeah.
man.
You get some bump and run coverage on the outside. They're still got 2 safeties high, so they've always got kind of a double coverage bracket sort of thing happening. So they're being physical with the slot receivers. They want to be really physical and not allow them to get right down through the middle of their defense to create lanes for the outside guys.
So with that, man, we've reached the expiration date of the first quarter. Time flies when you're having fun, and
Yeah.
we're here
Yeah.
already.
What a football game already.
Phoenix Outlaws 7, Arizona Spartans 0, man. JR Warner, Jesse Burke, Cactus Media X presents the semifinals. We're going to take a quick commercial break, and we'll be back. And we're back here at Cactus Football League presents the Arizona Cactus Football League's semifinals, man. Phoenix Outlaws, Arizona Spartans. Early score of 7-0, but JR, man, as we just saw, a moral victory on the Spartan side, trying to right their wrongs with the ball back.
Yeah, doing a good job there, not allowing the Outlaws to score. Outlaws getting all the way down into the red zone again, 5-yard line, attempting a field goal and missing. But Outlaws up 7-0, been playing really solid football here. As Jake looks back, throws to number 9, LaRue Burley.
Incomplete, man. LaRue Burley, if you caught intel a couple weeks ago, we talked about his drip. I don't know if he's got the cheetah armband on, but also a UFC fighter. So we're not here to judge. We're here to just say, LaRue, play your best game, bro. But with that, incomplete as just out of the reach. But golden rule, you get your hands on it, got to come down with
I
it.
really like him. LaRue's got 29 receptions on the year. He's got 6 TDs on the year. So LaRue's been really sure-handed all season long, averaging about 9.6 yards per reception. So rare drop there for LaRue. I'm sure he wants that one back. But for the Outlaws, damage is done. They get to give the ball back to the Outlaws offense, who have proven in 2 drives that they can march the ball down the field against the Spartans defense. So good job here by the Outlaws.
You got a dangerous football magnet in Carl Evans back there, who luckily does not get his chance because my man's got the end zone on speed dial as he constantly makes house calls on special teams.
There's 3 phases to football: offense, defense, and special teams. That punt there by Hutchinson, shanked off to the left, will give the Outlaws favorable field position again, as much of this game has been played with the Spartans' backs against the goal line.
So I did want to ask from like a football standpoint, there's a balance of like, we can't be too predictable because they're expecting, and I'm speaking on Jake attacking the air. They expect him to attack the air. But is there a balance of like, that's cool that they expect it, I still need to play my game, right?
Yeah.
He should still be attacking the air,
Do what you do. At the end of the day, you have an identity. Live true to that identity. When you call offensive pass plays, there's several different reads that got to be made. They can only take away so much. So Jake's, be aggressive in the pass game. Continue to do what you've been doing all year long. But you definitely can't turn the ball over, and you got to be able to sustain some drives.
As the pass to Ben is incomplete, as he looked to run with it before he got it, but
You might have heard footsteps there by number 18, Tyree Taylor, coming downhill. But ball seemed to be thrown a little bit low by Rico, so didn't really have a chance to probably make a play on that ball there, which will bring up a 2nd and 10 here now for the Outlaws, as they try to continue to make it happen here.
I've never had Rico throw me a pass, but I've definitely been
Oh, it's
around.
it's got some heat behind it.
Yeah,
I'll tell you. I'll
it's
tell you
got-
firsthand.
It's got some,
There's some smoke behind that
I
ball.
say some zesty zinger sauce
I'm
or
telling you,
something,
that
bro.
ball comes out fast.
Yeah, that's why I know a lot of people. Oh, gloves, but dude, the gloves are a liability, man. You care about the skin on your hands, you got to wear gloves, bro.
Tight end here, but it looks like a bit of a trip slip with the tight end here for the Outlaws. Ball is handed off to Brian Conley.
As he does some
He's got
dancing,
some
and
room.
now got a
One-on-one with
lane, cuts
Kyrie.
it up.
Absolutely drops Kyrie at the 21-yard line and marches his way down into the 10.
Man,
Brian Conley looking like the Brian Conley of old in being able to make a man miss one-on-one. Great job there by the right guard and right tackle, making huge blocks on the right side to spring Brian for a big play.
if you want to win, let Booby spin.
Yeah, you know that Conley can play, and he is definitely showing it this game in his first 2 carries, taking him for 9 and now 15 yards. 2-by-2 looking for here for the Outlaws.
Hand
off
off
to
again.
Brian.
Puts a man in the dirt and
Still on his
says,
feet.
I got somewhere to be.
Running hard.
And is he
He's
in?
in. He is in.
And he is short at the 1
We're
yard
gonna Call
line.
him short here.
So unlike his jersey number, he did not get 6 on that play.
Did not. Outlaws coming out here and establishing the fight, being more physical, literally beating up the front line, running backs running physical and hard. And Brian Conley's shifty, and he's also a load to bring down. And right now he's got the Outlaws 2nd and inches from the goal line. And it looks like they might hand it off here to Ben for a chance to punch it in here. Spartans really got to figure out something.
There's another handoff, as you
He's
said.
in. He's in.
And
He's
Ben
in.
Williams adding to the lead. 13. Or wait, let's see what the confusion here is on the field.
Yeah, they're going to count it good.
And they're going to count it as Rico throws hands up. So 13-0 early. And JR, as we were talking, man, the ground and pound for the Outlaws is exactly what we're seeing, man, on all angles.
Yeah.
Ben, Booby, 13-0 early.
Yep.
And, you know,
Yep.
I don't live to be, predictable or I told you so, whatever. But unfortunately, I'm rather surprised right now.
I'm not.
Hmm.
And you know, some people feel how you want to feel, but I'm not. You've got a very good football team over there with the Outlaws. I've said it over these last 4 weeks or so. These guys are playing good football on both sides.
Yeah,
Offensively,
the snap is no
defensively.
good. They have to pick it up and run with it, and it's not going to work. So extra point attempt is no good as the score will remain 13-0. Still a 2-score game, but as you're saying.
Again, I am not surprised. Outlaws have been playing great football over these last few weeks. They've been really playing a lot better defense. Offense is scoring more points. They're moving the ball down the field at a higher rate than they did the first part of the season. They have been playing better. Now, granted, Spartans have been playing well all year long, but keep in mind that they are coming off of a loss here towards the end of the season that they haven't taken all year long. Now, last week, yes, they had a playoff game, but to me, that was more of just a practice run for this game. But again, you got to tip your hat when it's due, and the Outlaws have been playing great football over these last few weeks, and now they're in a situation to shock the league.
Good or bad, man, in any sport, I think playoff experience plays a big role. And although the Outlaws not feeling themselves in the regular season, they have experience and they have knowledge and they have presence on their resume, man. So right now, although they didn't expect to be the top dog in this game, they're familiar, being in this situation. So Outlaw magic, turning it up when it needs to be, whatever you want to don it.
Yep. But remember, we were broadcasting a game earlier this year where the Spartans went down 2 scores right off the bat. That game ended up in Spartans' favor.
That was, I believe that was against the Rebels.
Yes, it was.
Yeah, who are the reigning champions. So
Yes. So with that being said, anything's possible. This offense does have a gang of talent, a ton of personnel out there to go get it done. Jake settles down, finds his guys, and they could possibly make this a really good football game. But if they keep going in the direction that they're going right now, as Dre slips around the 23-yard line, it could be a long day.
yeah, and Dre trying to do too much, trying to reverse field, slips on his own accord. And I know this field has been known to be slippery throughout the games, but this is the first game today.
Yeah.
So I don't want to hear nothing.
Spartans really got to get it going here. I'm curious to see what the OC Aaron. Curious to see what he wants to come out and do. He tried to establish, came out passing the first drive, tried to establish to run the second drive, and has been trying to establish to run, but successful here and then not so successful. Then success again, then not so successful. So curious to see what they try to do. So far, the Outlaws have had an answer for everything that they brought to the table.
Little
First and
under.
10 here, 2-by-2 look here for the Spartans. Jake looks left, throws left.
Complete. That is Billy, who is wrestling his way, and these guys will not go down.
Real physical.
Eric Snipes comes in with a late hit, as he got away with that one.
Carl Evans comes down and absolutely lays the wood and trying to spark his defense. He's the enforcer out there. He's one of the veterans out there in that secondary. So he's calling the shots. He's audibling. He is going to be everywhere today. Another 2-by-2 look here as the Spartans try to keep the same philosophy.
Handoff to Finch, and
First down.
yeah, enough for a nickel and dime 'em down the field. Like you said, JR, plenty of football left.
Yeah.
The one thing you want to do
Yep.
is not lose your composure, your identity.
Yep.
The Spartans have been good all year because of their ability to control games emotionally, physically, and statistically. So I'm not counting them out. Obviously, surprised with this early score, but let's see what the
Empty formation, quads right here.
as Jake throws it.
Finds
Dangerous
LaRue.
pass, and LaRue cannot come down with it. That's his second drop.
Each drop is going to be key today. Got to be able to move the ball down the field. Got to be able to make your catches. But Carl Evans coming downhill, not making it an easy catch, and absolutely putting the wood to LaRue Burley as he tries to make a play for his team. Second and long here now for the Spartans as Jake gets the call from the OC. Hollers at the boys. They break the huddle. Another 2-by-2 look here for the Spartans. Looks like the Wits in the backfield here at running back now for the Spartans.
There's a handoff now. That is 21, and that is Ross Robertson.
So we're not do it. Ross Robertson gets the handoff here.
The four-headed monster.
Yeah. Third and long here now for the Spartans. Be 3rd and 7 here for the Spartans as they haven't been able to really convert on third downs all game long. So this is a big third down here at the 9:33 and counting mark here in the second quarter. Bump coverage looking here, man-to-man with 2 safeties high.
Now it's a flag thrown.
We got some people moving up front. So it looks like the Spartans may get called here for a false start, a little bit of movement there. White Hat's got the call. So, yes, it will be a false start here on the Spartans. So that'll move them back 5 yards, and it'll bring up a 3rd and quite some ways to go here now for the Spartans as the Outlaws have come out here and they've established themselves offensively, defensively. And this bump and run coverage here that they're playing, this cover 2 man, is really giving the Spartans a little bit of trouble.
Jake talking over with his guys. I mean, obviously playing more with their backs against the wall right now, but trying to get out of their own territories could be the first shine of light as Jake lets it fly and connects. And that is Billy, and we're going to see the guitar.
I
did not see a whistle.
He's still on his feet. He's at the 20.
And let's see
the
if Carl
15,
can chase
the
him down.
10.
And the
He
ball is on the
fumbles.
ground. Ball is on the ground. Oh, no. And
He's stripped. Carl making a great play
Jordan
for the
Brown
Outlaws.
coming up with it. And let's see what they rule this. I did not believe Billy could fumble the ball like that.
Carl Evans chasing Billy Sewing down, forcing a fumble on the 5-yard line that happens to hit the grass and just stop. And the Outlaws are able to pick it up, and Carl Evans, the veteran, makes a huge play here for the Outlaws after what looked like to be a for sure touchdown for the Spartans. Whew. Football is such a game of emotions. Great play there by Carl, not giving up on the play. Unfortunate situation here for the Spartans, as I'm sure that is not the way that they expected that play to end. So the referee seems to have a flag out here on the field right around the 50-yard line. Curious to see what that could be as we wait to hear from the White Hat on exactly what the call is. But damage looks like it's been done Outlaws offense coming on the field, Spartans defense coming on the field, and the Outlaws are really cooking now with 8:36 left here in the second quarter.
One of those weird scenarios where usually you want to argue that your player didn't touch the ground, but this is a scenario where he maybe want to say, hey, can we review this? Did his knee touch?
Yeah, anything right now to maybe get that ball back. But hey, sometimes when it's going your way, it's really going your way. And again, when you're playing with house money, all you got to do is come out here and leave it all on the line. Again, Billy Sewing is not a player that you would expect to fumble the ball in that situation, but Carl Evans is definitely a player that you would expect to force a fumble in that situation, and he definitely did that. So it'll be a personal foul against the Spartans after the fumble return. So this is going to put the ball here for the Outlaws right around the 35-yard line. And again, great play by Carl Evans, not giving up on the play, chasing Billy down, forcing a fumble. Now the Outlaws have the ball on the 35, 1st and 10, looking to make things happen. What a change in the ball game.
It's crazy to think, man, because you got to imagine ball security is taught. I don't know how he was able to corral that ball loose. I mean, I don't know if Billy was reaching out for the end zone or possibly he thought a man next to him for a lateral. I don't know.
Yeah, he just got stripped. He just got stripped. Ben's got some room to run. He's up the middle of the field at the 50, tripped up by Tyree Taylor right around the 44-yard line. Ben and Brian have been a two-headed monster so far this half. The offensive line for the Outlaws absolutely manhandling the defensive line for the Spartans. This first half has been everything you want as an Outlaw fan and everything you have not wanted as a Spartans fan, as the Outlaws are really bringing the fight, being way more physical in the trenches, and their running backs are finding holes and making plays and making guys miss one-on-one.
And then look at this, man. The Outlaws starting in Spartan territory yet again.
Yeah, you're right here on the what looks like, the 43-yard line here for the Spartans. Handed off to Ben again. In there on the play is number 3, the Roland Reeves, in on the play there for the Spartans, as it is a much-needed stop here for the Spartans as they try to slow down this momentum. 2nd and 8 here for the Outlaws as they continue to try to lean on this Spartans defense and keep them on the field.
A little over 7 minutes to go in this game.
So 7:15 here and counting in the second quarter. Outlaws coming out all game long so far in this first half and really putting some pressure on this Spartans defense. 2-by-2 look here for Rico and the gang as Rico looks left, pump fakes, goes deep to Assure.
He can let that thing fly, and it is through the hands of Assure.
He had a step on the cornerback there for the Spartans, number 8, Dadrick Miranda. Looks like he had a step on him. Ball just sailed slightly out of bounds, and Assure unable to bring it in. But interesting time to take a shot there for the Outlaws. They're up 2 scores, second and 8, which will bring up 3rd and 8 now. But interesting time for them to choose to take a shot as they saw something there in the secondary, and they had one. They barely missed it there on the outside there to Assure.
Got past number 8, Darius Glover, a.k.a. D. Glover, their lethal weapon. One-on-one coverage at the bottom of the screen again. So let's see if they go back to
Spartans
it.
look like they're playing a bit of a cover 3. They got man-to-man here down here on Assure again. As Rico looks
Rico
right,
throws
goes
it
right.
this time, and this time off the hands. So can't believe it's not butter. A lot of drop passes today.
Yeah, that ball was intended for, it looks like, number 86, Jamel Ward. He's unable to bring it in. So Outlaws are out here now, 4th and 8 on the 41-yard line here. Spartans looking for a big stop. Doesn't look like the Outlaws are going to punt this one. Looks like they're going to go for it here on 4th down. So we'll see exactly what it is that they'd like to do. They've got Rico still in at quarterback. They have not brought out the special teams. Number 32 for the Outlaws has checked into the game, William Craglow. They've got Ben on. They got Benjamin in the backfield, number 15, getting instructions from Rico, Carlos Gonzalez. Usually a fullback, but lining up at the slot. Ball handed off to Ben up the middle.
And a flag is thrown.
Tackle is missed by number 53, Christian Upshaw for the Spartans, but then brought down by a gang of Spartans defenders. In on the play, number 33 for the Spartans. I believe that to be, Damon Rogers. Sorry, that was number 33, Damon Rogers makes a play here now for the Spartans. Flag on the play. It's a holding, looks like, against the Outlaws. Of course, the Spartans will not take that. That's a very important stop here for the Spartans defense, as they have their stops today have been few and far between here in the first half, but now the offense will have a chance. So 1st and 10, Spartans, 5:21 here in the second quarter. Spartans are looking to get something up on the board. They had a big play by Billy last series, but coming here at the end of that series, he was stripped on the 5-yard line by Carl Evans. Now Jake's got the ball in the empty set, looks left, throws left, and it's caught here. Looks like that may be Dre with the catch here for the Spartans, and it was number 23, Dre, with the catch, brought down by a host of defenders here for the Outlaws. It'll be 2nd and short here for the Spartans. And again, the Spartans have been able to move the ball here and there, but have not been able to pick up first downs in 3rd and long situations. And the Outlaws have done a good job this game of forcing 3rd and long situations all game long here. 4:35 and counting here. 2-by-2 look here. Ball is handed off to Finch. He looks to cut it back, has nowhere to go. He breaks the tackle, but he's still on his feet.
And he's going to be brought down by a blue C. And he did a lot of dancing, but went backwards.
And number 31, Eric Sipes on the play, coming from the outside linebacker spot. He's been playing lights out ever since they've gone to this 3-4 front for this Outlaw team. He's always been a good player, but he's playing absolutely amazing, playing a little bit of outside backer here in this 34. Some formations, some fronts just work better for certain players. I think this 3-4 front really makes Eric look like the beast he is. He's able to cover. He's able to give great run support. He's able to play zone defense, and it really highlights what he's able to do at the outside linebacker spot. 2-by-2 look here. Will right on the edge.
And it's
caught
complete.
by Hutchinson.
So Hutch in the mix now, past the sticks. 1st down.
So completion there from Jake to Scotty on the wheel route there on the Outlaw sideline. It's good enough for a 1st down here for the Spartans, as the Spartans now have what to be their best drive of the day, as they are moving the football down the field and making things happen. 2-by-2 look. Hurry up here for the Spartans. Hand it off to Finch. Oh, fakes the handoff.
Now
Jake
runs
takes
it
off
up.
with his feet. So good job there. Read option look there for Jake. Had the ability to run, hand it off, or pass. So good job there by Jake, making the right read here, and getting at least 2 yards here on the play, creating 2nd and 8 here now for the Spartans. 3:22 left here in the second quarter, as Jake was able to get out of bounds to stop the clock. So Spartans here starting to cook a little bit, starting to see some things that they can exploit. They got an empty look here, quads right, single receiver on the left here. They've got single coverage here by over Dre, but they
Jake.
choose to look right and throw right.
And complete now to Billy. So, we got to imagine you're hot. It's the hottest team, not the best team. So if they can get something going towards the end of this half into the halftime, we got ourselves a new game for sure.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Like I said, the Spartans are definitely capable of putting up points in a hurry. They found some things here, spreading them out in this empty set. When they go empty, the Outlaws are playing a little bit more zone, but every time the Outlaws see a 2-by-2 look, they are going man-to-man. They're being physical up front, as Dre is one-on-one here and picks up the 1st down. Great play from Jake to Dre. Good job by the corner out there. I'll get a number here for you from the Spartans here. I believe that is number 5. Sorry, for the Outlaws, number 5, Hicks, at that corner position, making a great one-on-one play against Dre, but not before he's able to pick up the 1st down here. So 1st and 10 for the Spartans. 3-by-1 look here for the Spartans. 2 minutes, 15 seconds left in the second quarter. Spartans are marching.
Coming close to the 2-minute warning as Jake lets it fly now and off the hands of Billy. So another drop pass, man. And got to give it to my man JR bringing the energy. Unfortunately, right now, I'm not feeling the best, man. I am under the weather right now, dizzy as can be. So if you don't hear me in and out, JR is picking it up. Just like football, man, you pick up where your teammates slowing down. So I'm going to chug some water in the halftime. I'm going to get back to what you guys know, but my man JR is holding me down.
So it looks like we got a timeout here now. And with that timeout, we'll go ahead and give you guys a quick commercial break and listen to our sponsors. So we are back here, still during a timeout here. So play will now get going again. Now, after sorry, not a personal timeout, but the 2-minute 2-minute warning mark here. Spartans making their way back onto the field. If you are just tuning in, it has been all Outlaws all half. They've controlled the tempo by spreading out the Spartans. They've been able to get everything they want with the inside zone run. They've been able to get what they want in the screen game. They've got a big turnover by Assure, getting an interception at the corner spot earlier in the game and giving them another chance to get another touchdown. And now the Outlaws are up 13-0 versus Spartans, but Spartans marching late in the second half. 3-by-1 look here for the Spartans. Ball is handed off to number 21 as he makes one person miss and gets right around the 32-yard line, picks up about 3 yards on the play, but an exciting 3 yards at that. And it is now 3rd and about 7 here for the Spartans. Again, Outlaws time and time again this half have been forcing 3rd and long situations for the Spartans, which normally is kind of their strong suit, being a more of a spread offensive type, and they can usually do a good job converting on 3rd down. But this game, they've really had their number as the Outlaws show man-to-man, bump and run again on the outside. Shot taken deep. Ball is caught. Ball is caught on the edge there by Dre. Number 23 for the Spartans, one-on-one with the cornerback, DeJuan Hicks, and makes a play right over the top of him, signaling and letting everybody know that he is way too little for him. And the Spartans are now, for the first time this game, in the red zone with a 1:10 and counting on the clock. Spartans really need to get in the end zone here to change a little bit of this momentum, and the Outlaws are looking at trying to get a stop for the first time in this game with their backs against the wall. And right now, the Spartans, again, on their best drive of the game, inside the red zone, right now on the 2-yard line with a chance to finally get in the end zone today. Heavy backfield here for the Spartans. Looks like it'll be a handoff, and it's a fake handoff to the option. Pitch to Scotty. Scotty runs, gets in the end zone for Spartans touchdown. So now the Spartans are now on the board, 6-13, and they get it done. They were number 25, Daryl Johnson, did the best he could to try to guard 2 people at once, but at the end of the day, he was not able to do it. Great job by Jake Mortensen, making a great read in that option look, speed option look, and Scotty doing what he does, finding the end zone, getting the Spartans on the board, and again, here come the Spartans.
And like you said, man, to be able to drive into the end zone towards the later part of this first half sets the emotional tone for the second half.
Oh, definitely. And the Spartans have definitely now put themselves in a situation where they feel confident going into halftime. They know they can get a stop. They know they can get it done. So it'll be interesting to see how this game ends up working out. So with the kick being up, it is good. Spartans now make the score 7-13. We have got a ball game, ladies and gentlemen. Do not go anywhere. 32 seconds left in this half. Anything could happen the rest of this half. But now the Spartans have now gotten on the board. They have made it a 1-score game, and they've so to speak, kind of weathered the storm here to start the game here and this first half. So 13-7 ball game, 34 seconds left. Spartans have really done a great job here that last drive in just taking what the Outlaws give them, marching downfield, getting in the end zone. Looks like they've kind of figured out a little bit as what the Spartans, what the Outlaws like to do. Looks like they're giving a lot of bump and run coverage on the first couple downs. Anytime they see a 2-by-2 look, you're getting man across the board with 2 safeties high. And when they've spread them out and gone to an empty look, as speaking from the Spartans, they've getting a lot of zones. So finding their matchups, when they get in the one-on-one look, they've taken a shot. As you saw with Dre, they found him one-on-one. He was able to make a play on the edge. And then inside, when they're getting their zone look, they've been able to pick apart from their slots and finding Billy on those hitch routes. You saw a couple passes to LaRue. Unfortunately, he dropped those earlier in the game, but kind of the same concept of trying to exploit the inside of that zone defense once they start to get that look. So Spartans here looking like they're starting to figure it out. But as you guys all know, Outlaw veteran football team, they're right here to get things. They're right here. They're right in the thick of things. They're right where they want to be going into halftime with a 1-score lead against the number 1 seed. So Spartans are set to kick the ball off here. Again, 34 seconds left in the half. Second quarter. Ball is up. Takes a bounce. It's received by number 3 from the Outlaws as he's still on his feet and making his way down the field. He's going to be brought down right around the 41-yard line. That was number 3 from the Outlaws, David Satterfield, who picks up the ball and he's able to make his way to the 41-yard line, and he's brought down by a host of Spartans special teamers as they're able to make a big play. You see a couple of the leaders from the Spartans defense rallying their team, trying to get them all come in. That is number 10, Antonio Smothers, who is considered a defensive leader for the Spartans team, giving his guys some words of encouragement after a big score by the Spartans offense, trying to keep his guys rallied and make sure they don't give up a score here with 32 seconds left in the game. And the crazy thing is the Outlaws are in an interesting position. They can, with 28 seconds left in the half, they can choose to take another shot. They could take their knee and just be happy that they're up at halftime. So, but it looks like they're going to come out here in a 3-by-1 look, continue to keep the Spartans spread out, and really have a few different options as to what they can do. So Ben in the backfield along with Rico, 3-by-1 look here. Spartans given a 1 safety high look, which I don't really understand in this scenario. But Rico looks right, looks back to the left. He's got Assure wide open downfield. Assure catches the ball around the 10-yard line. Looks like they want to wave him down on the 1. So they tried to hit Assure earlier in the game, and the ball sailed out of bounds. They come right back to it at the end of the second quarter with 28 seconds left, and he manages to make a big play right on the 1-yard line for the Outlaws. And again, the Spartans are needing some help here with their backs against the wall with 19 seconds left in the game. And it looks like the Outlaws were not going to settle. They are here to play football, and it sure has come to play today. And Outlaws call a timeout now, obviously, to secure the time on the clock. They want to make sure that there's about 10 seconds left. And then with that, we'll take you to a really short commercial break. We are back here, guys. Still a few more seconds here in the timeout here by the Outlaw. Whistle just blown to resume play. So we see the Spartans working their way back onto the field here. And the Outlaws now breaking their huddle, making their way out on the field here. Again, 19 seconds in the first half. Big play, last play here by Assure, catching about a 50-yard bomb down the field, getting tackled right around the 1-yard line. He managed to beat Dadrick one-on-one on the outside for a big play for the Spartans. Now, you see the Outlaws here taking the field on the 1-yard line, heavy backfield, which has been familiar territory for them all half long. Looks like this ball just may be going to Brian Conley with a few heavyweights in front of him and Jake Reed. And Rico now handing the ball off to Brian, and he gets into the end zone for Outlaws touchdown. So with 32 seconds in the half left, the Outlaws get all the way down the field and score, only taking, 17 seconds off of the clock, 15 seconds left in the ball game. Outlaws have jumped up to a 19-7 lead. So no quicker than the Spartans are able to climb back in this game, the Outlaws create separation. And then that is just the, when you think about it, that is just the results that you need as a veteran football team. The Outlaws are exactly that, a veteran ball club, getting out here, getting it done. No stage is too big for them, and they come right back out after getting punched in the mouth and do their own punching again. So Outlaws are now set to take the field goal. Kick is up. Looks like that kick will be good. So with that kick being good here, we have the Outlaws being up 20-7 here against the number 1 seed, the Arizona Spartans. And it looks like the Outlaws are set to go into halftime with a 2-score lead here. So football being a game of emotions, man, a game of high, a game of lows. The Spartans experienced a low here earlier in the game by allowing the Outlaws to go up 2 scores, 13-0. They come back towards the end of the half, and they manage to punch it in, get a score with Hutch on an option from Jake, get into the end zone, making it a 7-13 game, leaving only 32 seconds left in the half. Outlaws get the ball back with that 32 seconds, get all the way down the field, and score, leaving 15 seconds left on the clock. What a first half this has been so far. Again, though, you got the number 1 seed, high-scoring offense, Spartans, so this game is far from over. Outlaws, though, have definitely shown that they have an answer for everything the Spartans have tried to do today, and it continues to show that they're a veteran team, that they're poised, and that there's no stage too big. And they are here right now, ready for the kickoff with 15 seconds left in the second half. Kick will be up, or it's going to be a bit of a squib kick. Ball is picked up right around the 32-yard line, ran to the left side. It is recovered by number 49 from the Spartans. Number 49 from the Spartans is A.J. Owen. So good job there by A.J., able to recover the ball here. And the Spartans will have the ball with 10 seconds left looks like the 40-yard line here, their own 40-yard line at that. Outlaws defense will get the field. I'm assuming that they'll play a little bit of a prevent-type defense. They got 2 safeties high, but they've been showing 2 safeties high all look. I expect more of a quarters here. Again, it was surprising to me to see the Spartans come out with a 1 safety high look with 32 seconds left in the game. They should have had 2 safeties out there. They should have been in more of a prevent-type situation after a big score, but unfortunately they weren't. Left the guy one-on-one. Usher and Rico makes them pay. 3-by-1 look here for the Spartans, as Jake looks like he's going to be trying to make a play downfield here to see if he can get his guys in scoring contention. So the Outlaws will call a timeout here. With that timeout, we'll take you guys to just another commercial break. See you after. Welcome back as we resume play here. 10 seconds left in the second quarter, nearing the halftime. Outlaws up 20-7 against the Spartans. The Spartans don't look like they're ready to take a knee and take it into halftime here. They look like they're going to come out and try to make something happen. So 3-by-1 look here for the Spartans. Drake Capone looks like he's on the Outlaw sideline. Not one-on-one. Looks like you'll see a bit of a quarters defense here for the Outlaws. They've tried to prevent any type of deep ball, but it looks like they're giving up the middle of the field here. So look for the middle of the field here. Ball's caught by Billy. He's down right away, still on his feet. Gets up. Okay, they're gonna blow him. They're gonna blow the play dead here after he picks up the first down. 4 seconds here in the second quarter. Looks like the Spartans will call a timeout to go ahead and try to stop the clock here. And with that timeout, though, we'll give you a little bit more from our sponsors. So we are now back. 4 seconds on the clock. 3-by-1 look here for the Spartans. Spartans, Jake still on his feet. He's got Carl Mans chasing him down. He rolls to the right, heaves it deep. He's got Billy wide open. It's caught. Billy's still on his feet, and he's brought down by number 31, Sykes of the Outlaws. And with that, it'll bring up halftime, as that will be the end of the first half. And now with the end of the first half, we'll go ahead and we'll send it down to the field after just 1 second here. So big play there by Sykes, bringing down Billy and not allowing him to get any more yardage there, and just stop that play right where it started. I tell you what, man, this has been a great first half. 7-20 ball game here in favor of the Outlaws. Outlaws have come out and they have absolutely controlled this game so far, from the first quarter through the second quarter, and it has been great to watch, great to be a part of. Spartans looking for answers on the other end, unable to really come out and get the stops that they believe that they should be able to get. Offense really not catching their stride until towards the end of that game, until the end of that half. But now they're really starting to catch their stride, and I look forward to a second half that's going to be action-packed. And now we'll take it down to the field to get a field side report on what's going on.
All right, thank you guys from the booth. I'm here while the Outlaws are up on the Spartans 20-7, here with tight end Jacob Reed. Jacob, how are you able to be so balanced in your game? Not only create holes for your running back, but a touchdown caught already too.
I just try to do whatever the team asks me to do. If coach asks me to block, I'm going to block. Coach asks me to go catch a pass, that's what I'm going to do. I'm just here to do whatever I can to help the team win.
And what does the team need to do to preserve this lead and win going to the championship weekend?
We have to keep the same intensity. We've been running the ball well. We've been protecting the quarterback. So we just have to keep doing the same thing, and the defense just keeps doing what it's doing, and that's what we'll end up where we want to be.
For sure. All right, just 30 more minutes of that kind of football, and you guys be in the championship.
Yes,
Jacob,
sir.
thank you very much.
Thank you.
We are back here for the second half of the ball game here. And if you missed the first half, you missed an outlaw dominant football game. Jesse is no longer with us today. He gotten a little sick and under the weather. So Lucas is now taking his spot. Welcome, Lucas.
Thank you. I'll be filling in for the rest of this one today. But yeah, we saw a lot of outlaw football, a lot of deep shots mixed in with the run, really making use of their key player, Assure McMillan, as he's been just a superstar, making plays all over the field.
Yeah, not to be overshadowed by Brian Conley in the run game as well as Benjamin in the run game. They've been very successful at establishing the run and then using the run to set up their passes downfield. And the Outlaws have come out from the get-go and absolutely controlled this game. Defensively, a lot of bump and run coverage every time they see 2-by-2 looks, and zone anytime they see an empty set. And they've been physical in their zone, not allowing the slot receivers free releases down the field. And so far, that has been a recipe for success against the Spartans offense.
For sure. Another thing I like from the Outlaws has been their defense. Their outside backers, like you said, not allowing the slot receivers to move. They will line up on them, and then if they see run, they will squeeze down and make the play.
Yeah.
It's been great play from the front seven of the Outlaws.
Yeah, they've been lights out. They've executed the game plan on each side of the ball to a T. Now, I know we've said outlaw, outlaw, outlaw. Let's not forget that the Spartans are the #1 seed. They've been punched in the mouth. This is not the first time they've been here. This happened to them earlier in the season, and they responded well. As the kick is up, Tyree Taylor receives the ball around the 16-yard line, gets a little bit of room, makes its way up to the 31. But I say that to say that don't count the Spartans out. 2 scorer is not a lot for a team that is capable of putting up 30 to 40 points in a ball game.
Absolutely. Veteran squad out there, experienced coaching, experienced staff with experienced players. Yeah, don't count them out just yet. They're really good at responding, and I think this drive will kind of show us the tone of this game. So if they come out and score here, I've got a good feeling we're in for a good ball game.
Yeah, I'd have to agree with you there. Again, I think the key for them is the start of this third quarter. They get out to a great start here, kind of put some pressure on this Outlaws team to continue to execute. They can see themselves in a situation where they can take the lead here and with a chance to seal this game in the fourth quarter. But first things first, they've got to get it done here as Jake comes out here in a 3-by-1 look. Finch in the back foot along with Jake Mortensen. Ball's handed off to Finch on the inside zone. Spin move makes the guy miss, makes Tyson miss as he comes in there and try to take his head off. Brought down hard by number 90, Carl Mans, but not before he's able to pick up about 7 yards on the play. That'll bring up second and about 3 yards here for the Spartans.
Yeah, just simple to their identity, like you were saying earlier in the broadcast. That's just a simple guard pull, little base halfback give, and it nets them 6.
Second down here now for the Spartans. Empty look here, or 0-0 personnel here now for Mortensen as he looks left and throws to Scotty. Scotty has some room here on the outside. LaRue Burley gets just enough of the cornerback, helps Scotty break it to the outside for another 5 to 6 yard gain. That'll be good enough here now for a Spartans first down with the ball just shy of the 50-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10, Arizona Spartans.
Little concerning. He started running backwards after he caught that one, but he knew what he was doing all along, found the space, and went a little backwards to get a lot more yards going forwards.
Yeah, definitely great job. Way to make something happen. One of those, oh no, as a coach moments, but great play nonetheless by Scotty. Again, 3-by-1 look here for the Spartans. Finch in the backfield. Jake looks left, throws left. Got Dre on the screen. Dre makes the guy miss. Bumps into his own left tackle, number 76. Drags a few more defenders. He's still on his feet. Then Carl Evans comes through and cleans his clock. Looked like he may have forced a fumble at first, but it does not happen. That play is ruled dead. Means forward progress there for Dre, as it will be about 2nd and 6 here now for the Spartans.
And we're just 3 plays through here in this third quarter, and I don't see the Outlaws tackling like they were in the first half.
No,
that
not
was
at all.
They were getting bumped.
Yeah,
they were getting just manhandled these last 3 plays where I've seen them gang tackling, wrapping up, and forcing the ball carrier to the ground.
They were really good in one-on-one situations last half. So great point of view there as the Spartans come out here in another trips look, but now it's trips right. They may have a false start, free play here for Jake. He takes a shot downfield. He's got Billy. oh, the referees look like they're blowing the play dead here. Offensive coordinator here for the Spartans not happy that play was blown dead. Usually you get the quarterback should get a chance to take a shot, but we'll see exactly what they called here. They may have said that the defensive lineman may have had a free shot on the quarterback, which I did not see personally, but you never know in what they may have seen on the field. So offsides here called on the Outlaws. It'll be a 5-yard penalty. Let's bring up a second and short.
Yeah, not quite sure why it got blown dead either. It looked like he got him to jump without making it, too much of a problem for the QB or anything like
Right.
that. I thought he had, a good shot at the free play, and even though it was blown dead, the pitch and the catch was made after
Yeah,
the whistle. So
Definitely.
they're looking in rhythm here so far, the
Yeah,
Spartans.
they're coming out looking like the number 1 seed. Again, they got to make something shake right now, right here. 2-by-2 look here for Jake. Finch in the backfield, handoff, inside zone. He's got a little bit of a cutback lane. Carl Mans brings him down, but not before he picks up 6 yards on the play, and that'll be enough for another Spartans first down.
Spartans going in rhythm once again, going with another safe, simple handoff.
Yes.
And Carl Mans, the rock-solid anchor of that Outlaws defense, almost forced a fumble there on that tackle. He's an absolute menace and a hard hitter.
And I'm a veteran around. I've been around this game a long time, and so has Carl Mans. He's gotten it done for the Crusaders for years. Some people remember the old school Crusaders. Now he's out here for the Outlaws, putting in work. 2-by-2 look here for the Spartans. Number 21 here in the backfield. Jake looks right, looks back to his left. Receiver falls, slips after he's jammed by number 29 from the Outlaws. Tevin Ray gets good hands on number 23, Dre Capone. He slips, he falls, he gets on the ground. That pass will be incomplete and bring up a second and long here now for the Spartans.
Tough break. Never good when a receiver slips. Never leads to anything good, and luckily just an incompletion right there. Route looked to be in time, and the throw looked to be on time before he slipped, but thankfully not interception number 2 on the day for Mortensen, as there were defenders nearby.
Yeah, Jake doing a good job today. Ever since that interception, he's really settled down. He's really made some throws. Unfortunately, some of the receivers haven't come up with plays for him here and there, but he trusts his guys and he'll continue to give them shots. As we come out of the empty, quads look to the right, single receiver down to the left. They love to leave Dre in single coverage. As Jake looks right, he throws right. He has Hutchinson, and that pass is incomplete, intended for Scotty. That'll bring up, I believe, third and long here now for the Spartans, as Jonathan Finch now checks back into the game, into the backfield.
Yeah, just throw might have been a little low there, but just drops day in and day out today for the Spartans.
Yeah, a lot of drops.
Uncharacteristic of the squad, as they're normally pretty sure-handed.
Yeah.
And, that's just one that kills coaches and can kind of break the spirit and morale of a football team, watching your guys keep dropping the football.
But one thing about Jake, man, he really trusts this group of guys, and he's trusted them all season. He'll keep giving them a chance. They got to start making plays for him so he continues to look their way. But he'll keep throwing the ball out there and giving them a shot. Same quads look here, single-side receiver here for the Spartans is Dre. Jake drops back. He looks to the right. He throws to the middle of the field. Inaccurate. Intended for Billy Sewing, but ball thrown slightly beside him. That ball will be incomplete and bring up a fourth and long here now for the Spartans.
The Spartans kind of lost their rhythm on that last series, although none of them got converted for various reasons. A missed throw behind and a receiver slip and a drop.
Yeah.
Just unfortunate. I like the concepts I'm seeing drawn up by the Spartans. An empty set with a trips and then 2 receivers on each side. It's stuff that I don't think the Outlaws have seen before, or we have seen very often, if at all. And I think Coach Wilkins is doing a good job of mixing it up so that he's trying to show looks that haven't been on film before.
I agree. 2-by-3 empty look here for the Spartans. Jake Mortensen, the only one in the backfield here for the Spartans, as the ball snapped and he looks to the right. He's got Billy Sewing up the sideline. He's got him deep. If he throws the ball, he's got him deep. Billy catches the ball on the sideline. That ball is incomplete, as waved off by the side judge. They are saying that he is out of bounds and it will be incomplete. So exciting play, but it will not count for the Spartans. Unfortunately, that will be a turnover on downs, and the Outlaws now will take over on the 36-yard line with a chance to extend their lead.
I mean, thrilling, but, it just proves the cliche of game of inches, as Mortensen, when he threw that, was very close to the line of scrimmage. I was wondering if they were going to throw a flag for illegal forward pass, and then down there at the sideline. He makes the grab, and tries his best to be aware and in bounds, but just didn't end up being able to do it. I think his leg hit the ground before he could get his feet in the right position.
Yeah, again, from here, again, we're on the far side of the field, so it was kind of hard to see, but it really did look like Billy may have gotten in on that. It's crazy. I wish we had an instant replay in semi-pro. Unfortunately, we don't, but fortunately for the Outlaws, that play goes in their favor, and they're going to come out here just like they started the game in a 2x2 stack set, and we'll see what they run. They've got the look they want on the left side of the field again with Usher, with a chance to maybe give him the ball, but we'll see how it goes. Yes, and they do. They give it to Usher. He's one-on-one with Tyree. He gets to the outside. One guy to beat with a good block there downfield by number 42. Jacob Reed does a good job getting hands on the receiver. Unfortunately, it doesn't go for a touchdown, but it looks to be really close to that first down marker. Tyree unable to bring Assure down before he's able to pick up. Yes, they're moving the chains. Pick up the first down. 1st and 10 here now for the Outlaws.
And that is just Phoenix Outlaw bread and butter right there. Short, power running with the football, mixed with quick RPOs, quick passing, screens. That has been their identity, and they're using it perfection here in today's game.
I mean, it's not rocket science. You line up in that 2x2 stack. If you get what you're looking for from the safety, which means she doesn't come over any help, you throw that little screen pass to the wide receiver and take it where he allows you to take them. So counter right here for the Outlaws. It is brought down quickly by number 10, Antonio Smothers of the Spartans defense. Now that's more like it and what we've been used to seeing all year long from the Spartans, as Smothers gets into the backfield and makes a play for a 4-yard loss, bringing up 2nd and 14 here now for the Outlaws.
And that's the discipline we're used to seeing in the Spartans. Gap sound football. 2 linemen are pulling on the counter. They understand what gaps they need to fill, what linemen are pulling, and they took down the powerful runner Ben Williams for a loss.
Yeah, and Ben's had a great game all game long. Him and Brian Conley have really been a two-headed monster here for the Outlaws. We talked a lot about Assure, but if you're just coming into the game, make no doubt about it, Brian Conley and Ben Williams have had their stamp on this football game from the time the ball's gone up in the air, giving solid, powerful runs for the Outlaws all game long so far. So split backfield, 2-by-1 look here for the Outlaws. Ball's handed off to Ben. He picks up right around 4, maybe 5 yards here on the play. It'll bring up 3rd and long here now for the Outlaws.
Yeah, and despite 2nd and long, right? Yeah, 2nd and long. The Outlaws just said back to
I
basics.
believe that'll actually be 3rd and long here. Yeah, so 3rd and about 9 here for the Outlaws. So 3rd and long situation here for the Spartans with a chance to get off the field.
Important defensive possession here for them. They really need that football back, and they need to start getting things moving in the right direction on offense.
And this game is not over by a long shot, but this is a big 3rd down here for the Outlaws as well as the Spartans. Outlaws can extend their drive and continue ticking off this clock in the 3rd quarter. 3-by-1 look here for the Outlaws. Blitz showing on the outside by Smothers. Rico looks right, comes back to his left on a screen. It is incomplete, intended for Brian Conley, as number 33 from the Spartans comes downhill and he is not fooled. That I believe number 33 is Jake Lee. He's actually number 34 on our roster here, but number 33 is Jake Lee, and he is in a good spot, does not get fooled, comes right back around to the screenplay, and he does not allow Brian Conley to make a big play for his team. That'll be 4th and long here now for the Outlaws as the special teams hops onto the field.
And that's what you do as a defensive lineman. You follow that running back. You don't let those linemen get set up for him, because if that screen is completed and set up, you as the Spartans will begin to have some problems, especially if that is in the hands of Ben Williams.
Yeah, definitely. Back to receive here is Billy Sewing and Dre Capone, as that ball is now kicked by Jacob Reed. Ball is received around the 4-yard line by Dre. He's got a little bit of move, bounces to the outside. He's got the blockers in front of him, still on the outside, but he gets brought out or walks out of bounds here right around the 27-yard line here. Exciting, decent return there by Dre Capone. Spartans offense looks to get the ball at the 27-yard line, 1st and 10.
And that was one of the best special teams plays I've seen from both teams at once. Beautiful punt from the Outlaws. Smart return by the Spartans. Gets it out about to the 26, 25, near where a touchback would be. And it's kind of even Steven in terms of field position right there.
Definitely. 1st and 10 here for the Spartans. They come out here what looks like to be a trips look. You're going to get trips right. Again, they love to have Dre in single coverage down here. On Dre is Dewan Hicks. 3-by-1 look here. Scotty in the back foot along with Jake. Ball's handed off to Scotty. Scotty founds the lane on the right side. Still on his feet. Gets brought down at the 32-yard line, which is good enough for a gain of 6 on the play. That'll be 2nd and 4 here now for the Spartans.
Yeah, just basics right there. Just a pistol look. Mortensen turns, hands it off. O-linemen aren't doing anything too special. Just a double team probably on the nose and some power blocking to pave out 5 yards for 2nd and 5.
Trips right here. Scotty and Jake in the backfield. 4:25 and counting here in the 3rd quarter. Handed off to Scotty up the right side. Brought down hard by number 95 from the Outlaws. That is Gabe Flores, longtime veteran in semi-pro football, really known for his times back in the day with the Warlords. Gets in the backfield. Gets Scotty down right around the 30, I want to say 33-yard line here. 3rd and just over 3 yards here now for the Spartans.
Yeah, good play by the Outlaws front 7 once again to eliminate the run. Now a peculiar situation on 3rd and kind of short. You could go to the air or the ground here, and let's see what the Spartans decide to do.
Trips left bunch here for the Spartans. LaRue, the single receiver towards the top side of the screen. Jake looks left, throws left. He's got Billy. Billy's one-on-one. Got a guy to make miss. He does make a miss. He runs backwards. Looks like he's going to lose the 1st down, but then gets forward immediately after and just picks up the 1st down. Spartans got the chains moving. 1st and 10 after a big catch by Billy Sewing.
It's got coach's heart racing right there. Had the first, went behind it, had it again, probably went behind one more time just to finally make it up past the 39 and make it 1st and 10.
Yeah, so we're right at the 39 right now here. 1st and 10, 2-by-2 look here. Top of the screen, you got LaRue Burley. Bottom screen, you got Dre Capone. In the slot, you got Billy, and you got Scotty. Backfield, Jake ready with DeWitt. Ball's handed off. DeWitt. Jake looks left, throws left. Ball is in and out of the hands of Dre Capone. So many drops here for the Spartans. You got LaRue drop and Scotty's dropped. You've got Dre drop. You know, just so many uncharacteristic mistakes made. Now, granted, all the balls haven't been perfect, but the rule is if it touches your hands, you got to catch the ball.
Yeah, receivers been having a rough one today. We've seen a lot just placed perfectly right and placed right into their diamond and just somehow falling in and out of their hands. I mean, Jesse commented, is it Butterfingers with the gloves or, you know, are their hands not feeling so soft today? It's a good question, but hopefully they figure it out soon if they want to get back in it.
For the Spartans, ball is handed off to 21 DeWitt. DeWitt makes a guy miss in the hole, bounces forward for a gain of 8 yards here. That'll bring up a very manageable 3rd and 2. Well, they'll have a lot of options as to what they can do offensively here for the Spartans. So far, great drive here for the Spartans. 2:10 and counting here in the 3rd quarter.
And that was a great play design by the Spartans offense to get the front 7 kind of stop from breathing down their necks with the run. Slightly delayed handoff makes them think for an extra second, and that way they just picked up 8 yards.
Yeah. Empty formation here. Jake, only guy in the backfield here. 2-by-3 look. Jake looks to his right, snaps the ball. We've got somebody offside. He's got a free play. He takes off running. He takes off. He's still on his feet. Gets dropped around the 43, 44-yard line here. Carl Mann slow to get up. Number 90 for the Outlaws. Jake does a great job improvising with his feet. I believe that flag will be a offsides here on the Outlaws, so probably they'll keep that play, and Jake has just earned himself a few more rushing yards.
Indeed. Got the free play that time. I'm not sure if Jake saw the flag or not or knew if he had it. Good instincts to get outside the pocket and make sure he ran for it, but I wonder if he knew he had the flag or not to potentially launch one.
Yeah, and the referees haven't even called the offsides yet, but the Spartans know what they want to run. Of course, they declined that offsides penalty. 1st and 10 here now for the Spartans. They are really marching here. This is a very big possession for the Spartans ending the 3rd quarter. Got to come up with a score here to really put some pressure on the Outlaws. And they are now in a 3-by-1 bunch set down to to your left here or towards the screen. Single receiver up high is LaRue Burley. Hand it off, fake the handoff to Scotty, thrown out to Billy. Billy stays in bounds, tries to put a move on number 5, Mr. Hicks, and he is brought down by Hicks and a few of his friends. Picks up just about 2-yard lines. That'll bring up 2nd and 8 here now for the Spartans.
And that's that creative play design the Spartans have really shown today that has kind of set them apart and is giving them a chance to stay in this one. We had the option touchdown earlier to give them their only score of the game. There's smart option football there. Right there, an RPO pretending to have the run happen, fake it, pull it right back, and throw it. Good tackling by the Outlaws as it doesn't get much.
2-by-2 look here now for the Spartans. Scotty in the backfield with Jake. Jake looks right, makes a man miss, still on his feet, throws it deep across the field. Billy makes the play over number 29-7.
Unreal.
Gets into the end zone. That'll be a Spartans touchdown.
I don't believe it.
Great play by Billy Sewing. Great competition. Unfortunate events for the Outlaws defense and Tevin getting a hand on the ball but not batting it down. Billy keeps his eye on the ball, catches the ball, takes it in for a Spartans touchdown. Ladies and gentlemen, we got a 1-score game with 39 seconds left in the 3rd quarter. Hold on to your popcorn. This is going to be one heck of a finish here in the semifinals of the CFL.
Wow. What an individual effort by Billy right there.
Yes.
I could have sworn that one looked picked or incomplete,
Yeah.
and he tipped it out of the defensive back's arms and up to himself.
Amazing play by Billy. And if you've been watching Billy Sewing play over the years, those are the kind of plays he makes. He makes incredible catches, drops a few here and there, but he makes incredible catches that you think will not be come up with by anybody. And he's the type of guy who will go out there and make it happen. With that score, we've got a 13-20 ball game, now waiting on the extra point, 39 seconds left in the 3rd quarter. So Billy Sewing set to receive the snap. Linemen are set. Ball is now snapped. Hold is good. Kick is up. And the kick is no good. So 13-20 ball game. Special teams now playing a big role here. With a 7-point game, those extra points will start to come in handy. But the damage is done. The Spartans are right back in this game. 1-score game, 13-20. 39 seconds until we are in the 4th quarter. And we know the 4th quarter is money time. What team will not make the mistakes here down the stretch to solidify their punch to the championship game?
I don't know if I could tell you right now. I mean, it could go either way. I mean, the Outlaws having the lead they do, I feel like they have a chance to hold on, but as poised and as well-rounded as the Spartans are, I wouldn't count a comeback out of the question either.
Yeah, so right now, 13-20 ball game. The Spartans are looked to kick off the ball and now make their way onto the field to get a big stop on the special teams to hopefully give themselves or give the Outlaws, therefore, bad field position so they can now change the momentum of this game with a defensive stop. Some people think that it happened with that offensive score, but if they don't get a stop, it means nothing.
Absolutely.
Ball is received by number 1, Assure. He makes his way up the middle of the field. He slips. He is down at the 22-yard line where the Outlaws will now take the field on offense. 1st and 10 on their own 22.
Too fast for his own good right there, and he just ate the turf monster.
Kind of went Barney Rubble there with the feet just kicking underneath the car on the Flintstone times. But, legs couldn't catch it. Cleats couldn't catch it with the grass, so to speak, as he lets the turf monster get the best of him there. Clock winding, 30 seconds here in the 3rd quarter and counting. Outlaws taking their time, getting on the field. They look poised to take this one into the 4th quarter.
Yeah, I mean, it could go either way right here, which is the most thrilling part of this. Both teams been able to kind of keep their poise despite, all the ups and downs of this one. So let's see what the Outlaw offense will have in store.
So was all 3 zeros on the clock. We are now going to the 4th quarter where one of these teams will put their stamp on this game and punch their ticket to the championship game. So with that being said, you guys don't go nowhere. We're going to give you a short commercial break, but come right back. Guys, we are back. You got JR, you got Lucas. We're giving you the game the best way we know how. Unfortunately, Jesse, a little sick, under the weather, had to take the rest of the half off. Lucas doing a great job filling in, man. We appreciate you. But give me an idea of what you expect to see in this fourth quarter.
I really expect to see a lot of running from the Outlaws. I know they want to salt away this clock, especially in this league where the running clock is generous. They want to salt it away. They want to come out of this game with the lead they have and leave here with their ticket punch to the championship.
Yep. We got a heavy backfield here, tight end attached here for the Outlaws. Jake Reed down to your bottom at receiver. Antoine Jackson top of the screen at receiver. Rico hands it off to Ben on the outside zone read. He's got Brian Conley right in front of him. Brian picks up the block. He makes the guy miss. He is brought down by number 43 from the Spartans, who makes a possibly a touchdown saving play. That's number 43, Ryan Napick, on the tackle here for the Spartans, possibly preventing a touchdown. Great play design there on that outside zone by the Outlaws.
I like the two-back design set.
Yeah.
You just get all your guys sweeping to one side. In this case, it was the left.
Yep.
So you have the back on the right side, take the handoff. Your back on the left is your lead blocker, and that one worked to perfection. It looks like they're going to come out in the same set here and see if they just can't ram it down the Spartans' throat through the ground.
Yep. Brian Conley, Benjamin, and Rico in the backfield. Ball handed off to Brian. He finds a cutback lane. He's got a little bit of room to move. He gets chopped down right around the 48-yard line by Tyree Taylor, number 18 for the Spartans. But damage done, picking up 8 yards. That'll bring up a second and short here now for the Outlaws. Funny thing is, in talking to the Outlaw offensive coordinator, one thing he said before this game is that he can beat the Spartan team on the edges. And sure enough, all game long, they've been able to get whatever they want on the edge. So hats off to him. Great film work for him, and it is showing on the scoreboard as the Outlaws break the huddle.
Same set once again. They might just keep running this same play until they can't stop it.
So Rico calls for the ball, snaps the ball, hands it off to Ben. He's brought down immediately. In on that play is number 40, Devo. I feel like we haven't called Devo's name since the first quarter, but he is there now in the fourth quarter, making a big play, bringing up a third and short here now for the Outlaws. This third down here right now, huge for the Outlaws.
Yeah, and like you were saying with the Outlaws offensive coordinator, that time they didn't run the same play again. They went to up the middle rather, and they got stuffed. So I think, you know, based on me thinking they're going to run the ball a lot and their offensive coordinator saying they're going to beat them on the edges, I'm expecting a lot of outside zone, a lot of stretches and sweeps, stuff like that.
Yeah, and they've been doing it. First play was a screen play to the outside. First play of the game that came right back to an outside zone, showing a little bit of that here in the fourth quarter as we got another two in the backfield here now for the Outlaw. Bubble screen pass intended for number 86 from the Outlaws. That is Jamel Ward. It is incomplete. Fourth down and short here now for the Outlaws. I don't see any special teamers coming on the field for the Outlaws. It looks like they're going to go for it here on fourth down. What a time to go for it in the game. 12:36 left in the first quarter, so it's still early in the fourth quarter. Outlaws going for it on their own side of the 50. Spartans defense looking to get a stop, change the momentum, change the field position right here, right now.
This shows how bad the coach wants it. He's got the bravery to go for it here on 4th and 2. Let's see what they draw up.
Benjamin here in the backfield Benjamin out there at receiver with a short motion. Brian Conley in the backfield with Rico. Rico hands the ball off to Brian. Brian is stopped. It looks like he stopped short. Just maybe stopped short. We'll see where the spot is here. In on that play is a few players for the Spartans. Number 22 for the Spartans in on that play, Devontae Allen, along with number 33, Jake Reed. Devo in on the play, and Ryan. A host of Spartans defenders in on the play. And what you notice is that it was a lot of veteran Spartans who stepped up big to make something happen there. Amazing job by the Spartans. Now, 1st and 10 for the Spartans. Big chance to make something happen. 13-20 ball game, 12 minutes left. We got ourselves a football game.
Yeah. And I think the Spartans are going to just stick to what they're doing. A little bit of run, a little bit of pass. Still plenty of time in a 7-point game to just go down, tie it up, get things back knotted up, and go from there.
3-by-1 look. Your 3 is your bunch set here at the top of your screen. Jake Mortensen in the back foot along with Jonathan Fitch. All O-line has done a great job holding up all game. Jake looks left, rolls back to his right, looks back to his left. He takes a shot deep. He's got Hutch all the way down, and it's incomplete. Pass intended for Scotty. In on the play at corner is Dewan Hicks with great leverage. Sorry for the pause in my voice here, guys. Scotty is down on the ground. He is holding his left leg. He does not look like he is getting up. Trainer asked to be asked to come out onto the field. He's now rolling around. Looks like he is in extreme amounts of pain. Unfortunate, man. Scotty's a well-known guy across the league. One heck of a talent in this league. Man, it's just unfortunate to see a player go down, especially in a game like this, at a time like this, moment like this. I hope he's all right.
Yeah, not a good look. And while they take a look at him and play is stopped, we're going to take a quick commercial break. Don't go anywhere. The action's just getting good. JR and Lucas Metzner in the booth. We'll be right back. And welcome back here. Lucas Metzner alongside JR in the booth. It looks like he is just getting, correction, that was a teammate.
Yeah,
he is still down on the ground, not looking good in the back of the end zone. But while he is recovering, we'll discuss the path of options that these teams have to victory. Outlaws, pretty solid. You just got to stop the Spartans on offense, and you got this one in hand. And actually, correction, now he's getting back up and jogging to the sideline. That is a good sign.
Great sign. Great sign. It's good to see Scotty get up on his own 2 feet. Good to see him make his way over to the sideline. He's met first by the Roland Reeves. Gives him a little fist pump. Makes it clear that he ain't going to get out of this game. And he got to do more than that to keep him out. As the Spartans now take the field, 2nd and 10. 2-by-2 look here. Jake and DeWitt in the backfield. Jake looks to his left, looks back to his right, takes another shot. Actually chooses to check it down to Billy Sewing. That pass just out of Billy's reach. It will be incomplete. 3rd and 10 here for the Spartans. Whereas into earlier in the game, the Spartans had a lot of miscues on 3rd and long situations. But now here towards the end of this football game, they have really picked it up in their 3rd and long situations. Outlaws doing a good job at forcing that situation. But now they've done a great job at being able to pick up these 3rd and long situations in the last, I'd say, quarter and a half or so. So we'll see what it is they want to get done here right now. They need it.
Still not where you want to be, though. They've really been forced into a lot of 3rd and longs this game when you want to be 3rd and medium, 3rd and short. So they've converted what they can, but somewhere you not want to be converting from a lot.
You got a 4th down look. You look like you're going to get a bit of a quarters look here by the Outlaws. You got an empty set here. Quads up to the top of your screen to the wide side of the field here as Jake looks left, works his way up with his pocket. He is sacked. Brought down by Carl Mans and big number 77 from the Outlaws. In on the play, that is Tariq DeBoy. He's on the play along with Carl Manson. You've heard Carl's name all game long. 4th and long here for the Spartans. They look like they're ready to send their special teams out onto the field to create to play the field position game here against the Outlaws, but nonetheless, Outlaws defense holding firm, getting a big stop by some veterans. Now, Spartans forced to punt.
Yeah, only a 3 or 4 man rush right there. No extra special pressure. And the O-line, who has just been holding up all day long, that time broke down quickly. Mortensen, nowhere to turn, and he's sacked. So they can't even consider going for it on 4th. And now it's getting close. It's getting real close with the generosity of the clock in this league. Just ticked under 10 minutes. So we will see.
Ball is snapped. Kick is up from Scotty. Good punt. Got great hang time. Carl Evans is set to return. He returns it. And he is brought down. Great special teams play there by number 6 from the Spartans, Darius Glover, in the special teams against number 26, Carl Evans, who's known to be able to make big plays in the special teams and take the ball to the house. So big effort there on special teams, and great job by Glover.
And when you're not particularly getting it done on the offensive side or the defensive side of the ball, you look to that third phase, special teams, to at least win the field position battle. You know, flip the field, give yourself a shorter field to work with, give them a longer one. And so far in this 4th quarter, although the Spartans haven't tied it up yet, they've been winning the field position battle. So it's giving them a chance to stay in it.
Yeah, this half for sure. They're definitely winning the field position battle. As of last half, they not quite. So
Yeah.
this half, they're in it. They're battling. 9 minutes left here as the Outlaws take the field. Usher down on the bottom part of your screen along with Ward. Top of the screen looks like you've got Ben and Jake. Sorry, you got Ben in the backfield. Jake Reed motions down to the tight end spot. Ball's handed off inside zone to Ben. He's on his feet. Makes the guy miss. Tackled one-on-one towards the edge there by number 8 from the Spartans. That will be Dadrick Miranda. Makes a play one-on-one against Ben, but not before he's able to pick up about 5 yards on the play there. More than 5. I apologize. It'll be about 7 yards on the play, which will bring up 2nd and 3 here now for the Outlaws.
And that's the Outlaws staying within their identity and the situation, running the ball to grind the clock within their style of play. I think they had a gap pull right there. That's a guard and tackle pull. They took 2 linemen to lead for Ben Williams, and that's what paved the way to give him the room to make up 7 yards.
2-by-2 look here. Stack formation down to the bottom part of the screen. Bubble screen up to the top to Jacob Reed. Reed bounces to the outside. He's got a little bit of room. He tries to throw a stiff arm. Hit out of bounds there by a Spartans defender, but not before the Outlaws are able to pick up another first down. So great job there by Rico to Jake Reed. The old timer still got a little bit of motor in them legs. Gets to the outside. Tries to throw a stiff arm, picks up a big first down for the guys in blue.
What a fantastic game for Jacob Reed. Able to have 1 receiving touchdown today, a couple other receptions that didn't go for touchdowns, but he just gets it done on both sides of the ball. He'll line up in that fullback and that power pistol formation, and he'll throw you a lead block. Really solid guy, one you want on your team.
3-by-1 look here, trips formation towards the field side here for the Outlaws. Rico looks left, throws left, ball hits the ground before Usher can gather the ball, so it will be incomplete. 2nd and 10 here now for the Outlaws. Spartans here, hands on the hips, not really liking the body language, but they get a stop there. 2nd and 10, Outlaws.
Yeah, Spartans need to just keep to their responsibilities. Kind of got lucky on the throw right there as Assure had found a little hook to curl space to net himself in.
Yeah.
But this front seven's really got to turn on the motor for these last couple minutes if they want to give the offense one last hurrah to get this thing tied.
Again, 7:05 and counting here in the 4th quarter. Outlaws with the ball and the lead. 3-by-1 look. Rico looks to his left, come back to the right. Has a receiver in Jackson. Passes incomplete, intended for Antoine Jackson. In on the play there, it looks like it was number 21 for the Spartans, Andre Goodman, with good position there as the cornerback. Outlaws here, 3rd and long situation here. Again, I keep mentioning the time because it is so important. 6:45 left here in the semifinals to punch their ticket to the championship. Outlaws, 3rd and long situation. Again, another big down, big situation for the Spartans.
Personally, if I was the Outlaws, I'd make this 4-down territory.
Yeah.
Just to keep the clock running and to kind of demoralize them.
Yeah. Rico comes out in the trips look, hands the ball off to Ben. Ben bounces that to the outside, got a little bit of room. Brought down right around the marker here, right around the first down marker.
And a flag thrown. I
Yeah.
think that's a face mask.
It just may be a face mask. So Ben Williams and Brian Conley, like you could mention so many names here for the Outlaws today, but those two names in the run game have been potent. They've been getting whatever they want in the run game. Yes, give the OC credit. He's been dialing it up, doing a great job, but the guys got to go out there and execute. O-line playing spectacular. Brian Conley and Ben Williams have been finding holes in the Spartan defense all game long, and it did not stop on that play as Ben is able to bounce one to the outside, get near the first down marker, and possibly, depending on what's called here, pick up another few yards because of the face mask.
Yeah, for sure. Really good work by Ben Williams on a nice play call. Delayed handoff kind of threw off the Spartan front seven, gave him all that room to work.
Yeah, so that'd be a personal foul against defense number 21. That is Goodman. So Goodman one play before with great pass coverage, and the following play picking up a face mask on the play that will now give the Outlaws a first down. It'd be a 15-yard march here for the Outlaws. So the Outlaws now in Spartans territory on the 36-yard line, 1st and 10, with a chance here to extend their lead to make it a 2-score game.
Kind of the last hurrah here. I'd give about 1 or 2 more first downs, and it could crush the Spartans completely. The one thing the Spartans have really going for them is the Outlaws don't have a designated place kicker, especially one who can hit from range, so they might be safe from the field goal.
3-by-1 look, looking to pass here. Rico slips a little bit, looks to the left, rolls out to the left, throws left, ball intended for Ben, and it's caught. Caught right around, looked like he may have bobbled it, but the referee is saying it is good. The ball is caught on the 23-yard line. Referees are discussing here. They're saying incomplete.
Wow.
Sideline judge comes in and says he bobbled the ball, didn't have possession of the ball before stepping out of bounds. That ball will be considered incomplete. Now giving the Outlaws a 2nd and long situation here with 6:03 left in the 4th quarter.
Ben Williams right there did an excellent job of having his awareness of where his feet were. I believe he was totally in bounds for the catch, but the problem of it being incomplete, like you said, didn't control it, didn't maintain it. Really good feet positioning and awareness, which could have been a devastating blow to the Spartans if that had been completed.
Yeah, definitely. And Debo made his way out here onto the sideline now. Checking in is number 42 for the Spartans. Going to play a little bit of D-line. Now he's in the game here with 5:30 left. Spartans are now going to a 40 front by bringing in one more defensive lineman. So we've got a 40 front here now. Change of a defense now for the Spartans. Outside zone sweep here for the Outlaws. Ben makes one guy miss, but then he's met quickly by number 23, Dre, now on the defensive end getting it done. Number 22, Devontae Allen also in on the play, forcing another 3rd and long situation here for the Outlaws.
Uh-oh. There's a flag in the secondary. This could change everything. This might go against the Spartans.
Huh. I'm curious to see what it is they saw. So referees here discussing a few things. We're waiting for the call here from the white hat. Number 53 number 53, Christian Upshaw, getting up from off the ground. Personal foul here now against the Spartans.
Unreal.
Which moves the ball another 15 yards and will give the Outlaws a first down. What a horrible time to pick up a personal foul call here for the Spartans. 1st and 10 here for the Outlaws now. Fortunate for them because it was going to be a 3rd and long. Now they are right here, 1st and 10 on the 22-yard line.
Those are things you cannot have
You
when
just-
you're trying to claw your way back into a football game.
Just can't do that sort of thing. We got 2 backs in the backfield now. Tight end here on the left side. Short motion here by Rico. Brian Conley here in the backfield. Ball is handed off to Brian as he looks for some room on the right side of that line there. He is brought down, looks like by number 22, Devontae Allen, chopped down at the feet. a gain of about 1.5 yards here. So we'll say 2nd and 8 here now for the Outlaws.
Yeah, this 50 front coming back at it again, really selling out for the run. 5 down linemen and 2 linebackers. It's quite interesting to see that kind of set, but it's really effective against what the Outlaws like to do. So I'm wondering if the Outlaws might draw up a play action scheme to try and put the dagger in the Spartans' hearts, getting a final touchdown.
You got to give credit too. We haven't talked a lot about the Outlaws' offensive line, but they have played great in the pass and in the run game all games today. They haven't allowed the Spartans to really get anything. No sacks on the quarterback, no real tackles for loss. Everything has definitely gone their way as far as O-line play is concerned. As soon as I give them kudos, I believe we get a false start here now. Coming from the offensive line here, which will knock them back about 5 yards. So 2nd and about 13 here now for the Outlaws. 3:48 left in the ball game here. Spartans down 13-20. Outlaws 2nd and 13. Looking to possibly just hand the ball off and continue to burn this clock.
Interesting situation here, wanting to probably get that final touchdown, final first down to put this one out of reach, but also trying to manage the clock. It's a delicate balance.
2-by-2 look here. Rico looks down to his left. He is almost sacked, still on his feet, sidesteps. He's trying to get down. He throws the ball out of bounds. That may be intentional grounding. Referee is calling it incomplete.
I think he got outside of the pocket right
He
there.
is definitely outside the pocket. He's at the
But
numbers.
did not get past to the line of scrimmage.
The ball did not go past the line of scrimmage.
I'm wondering if they're arguing he threw it and that throw was so poor because he was getting hit. Or I wonder if they will throw the flag for intentional grounding, knowing that was his
I think they're going to have a conversation here and throw the flag for intentional grounding. So this is a very, very important part of this game because this can march them back and they lose a down.
Yeah.
So with that being said, all eyes right now on the white hat. He said that pass is incomplete. What they called right there is they said that his forward progress has ended, which that means that they called the play dead before he threw the ball out of bounds, and the sack will now count in favor of the Spartans. Man, oh man, what a game.
I think the Spartans just took their first time out there trying to preserve some of that clock, but this is it. This is the key down / 2 downs, actually. I guarantee that the Outlaws may try and go for it considering their special teams situation. But if you come up right here and you make these stops, you now give your offense that requested last drive, and you have a chance to tie, win, or lose, depending on if you go for 1 or 2. Knowing the Spartans, they have a designated kicker. I think they'll go for 1, and we might see overtime. But some big ifs right now. Got to have the Spartan defense show out right here.
Spartans defense got to come up with a stop. Earlier in this game, they just have not been able to come up with the stops that they wanted to come up with lately in this game. Here in the second half, they've been able to force big third down situations, except for this drive coming up with 2 horrible penalties, horrible personal foul calls. But right here, right now, Spartans have got to have it. And yes, Outlaws are in 2-down territory. No ifs, ands, or buts. It is 3rd and forever right here. But they are going to use these next 2 downs to try to get a first down, or at least get somewhere to where they can take a shot towards the end zone. And the Spartans have got to come up with a stop right now.
3rd and, as I would like to say, a country mile here. Got to play some prevent defense and make up for the mistakes of the past with that late touchdown in the first.
Again, that late touchdown in the first half, absolutely horrible. In my opinion, they should have had 2 safeties high. It looked like there was just 1 safety high and they gave up a touchdown. That right now seems to be the difference in this ball game. But can't cry over spilt milk. We are here, 3:12 left, 13-20 ball game. Trips right here, bunch for the Outlaws as Rico looks to his right, throws to his right. Passes incomplete, intended for Jacob Reed. Reed still on the ground here, holding his back, it looks like. Calling for trainers to the field. Reed slow to get up. He's on his knees. His feet may have been caught underneath him as he tried to reach back for the football.
I think he got caught in the traffic.
Yeah, he's under a little bit of pain here. As they try to get Reed here off the field here, we're going to take this time to give you guys another commercial break here.
Don't go anywhere,
3:05
though.
left. Don't go anywhere.
And some good news, Jacob Reed was able to make his way off the field as we gear up for this 4th and very long here.
4th and long here for the Outlaws. Timeout taken there by the Spartans. I believe that leaves them with just one more timeout here in the game. 3:07 left. The punt team here is out. So we were wrong. We believe that it was going to be 4-down territory. Offensive coordinator has seen enough. He's going to play the battle of field position. Dre Capone set to return this punt if it is indeed returnable. Number 80 for the Outlaws. Looks like he is gearing up to get ready to give a kick. That is Francisco Fuentes. And there seems to be another stoppage in play here. So referees are kind of trying to figure a few things out. The Outlaws are huddling on their over by their numbers towards their sideline as the Spartans are huddling on this sideline. So it looks like we got another timeout. Not exactly sure what it is. We'll just possibly just call it a referee's timeout as of right now.
Yeah, so way too long to try and go for it there in either regard of the game. So they will try and punt this, and they will try and pin the Spartans. Spartans have about 3 minutes in a league where the clock moves fast, except for the 2-minute warning. So that is on their side. But got to return this one. Got to make a good special teams play, just a quality one. Get the secure the football, get your offense the ball, and let Jake Mortensen and that offense get to work and try and tie or win this one.
Number 42, Jacob Reed, who just went down on the other end. I believe they probably called a timeout so they can bring him back into the game. That's probably what happened. Outlaws called a timeout so they can get their original punter back in to see if he can coffin corner this one. Jacob Reed, number 42, been doing this a long time. Multi-talented guy. You've seen him catch the ball here on the outside, get in the end zone, and made a couple big first down plays here for the Outlaws today. He is now set to try to make the biggest special teams play of the game. A coffin corner here could make it really difficult for the Spartans.
Yeah, if he pins them, I would say even inside the 15. That would make it one long field for the Spartans and make it really difficult.
85 yards is a long way to travel. And again, Spartans staring at the eyes of defeat, the number 1 seed, looking to be taken down here by the Outlaws, who have come in here playing with house money. Game plan has been solid all game long. It comes down to this last 3 minutes and 7 seconds. Number 42 switched out. Number 80 is in, trying to punt now. Kick is up. Return by Dre. Dre makes 2 guys miss, gets to the sideline. He is knocked out right around the 15-yard line. So just like you called it, they can get around the 15-yard line. It's like you're Nostradamus over here predicting the future. Right at the 15-yard line is where this play will start. Spartans got to go 85 yards.
Yeah, I think horse apiece right there. Good punt. Made sure it didn't turn into all the way into a touchback. He eventually returned it, didn't get it out of bounds, and then finally picks it up, gets about 5 yards, and pretty even Steven there. But there's a flag that remains on the field while the referees are discussing.
On the far side of the play, Outlaws playing a little bit of trickaroo there. Had Jacob Reed out there at punter first. At the last second, switched to number 80 at punter. Now it looks like there'll be a personal foul against number 7 for the Spartans. That's Chris Palmer, which will march the Spartans back to inside their own 10-yard line.
Backbreaking.
That ball is being spotted what looks like to be the 8-yard line. So now the Spartans have the ball on the 8-yard line with 2:57 left, and they've got to go 92 yards to make this game go to overtime. Well, correction, to make it a 19-20 game pending the special teams. Quads look. Jake looks left, throws left, pass is caught by Billy. He is still on his feet. Actually, referee's going to mark him down right at the 19-yard line, so it'll be 2nd and about 6 here now for the Spartans. Good pitch, good catch here by Billy Suing.
Yeah, Billy has had some interesting situations with the elbow today and going down. Almost went down earlier, but the referees ruled him up, and it resulted in a crucial fumble down near the goal line. So he's been wrestling around with that elbow kind of spin move.
Trips right look here for Jake and the gang. Tries to get the Outlaws to go out of to go off sides. Gets the call from the offensive coordinator. He's ready to go. He looks to the right. He throws to the right. He has Hutch. Hutch is one-on-one. Almost makes the guy miss. He's brought down by number 26, Carl Evans, who was met with a few of his buddies to help with the tackle. Also in on that play was number 1, Asher, 31 in there as well, Eric Sykes. Those 3 guys, you've heard their names called all game long, and they come up again with another stop for the Outlaws. But yet, the Spartans are able to pick up a first down. So 1st and 10 here for the Spartans on the 21-yard line as we enter into the 2-minute warning. Again, you guys stay in your seats. Don't go anywhere. Quick commercial break. Welcome back. 2-minute warning is here. 13-20 ball game. Arizona Spartans on the 21-yard line, 1st and 10, with a chance to try to tie this game up, or possibly, if bold enough, go for 2 and get the win, but they got a long way to go. 2-by-2 look here for the Spartans. Jake in the backfield along with Finch. Jake ready for the ball, snaps the ball, looks to the left, looks back right, throws it over the middle to Billy Suing. Billy makes the guy miss, makes number 8 miss, still on his feet, gets tossed forward by number 77. He picks up another first down here on the 38-yard line is where Billy goes down. 1st and 10 here for the Spartans. Clock is stopped. Actually, clock is still going. 1 minute, 45 seconds and counting here. Spartans on the hurry up, line up in trips left, stacked formation here. Jake looks to his left, rolls back to his right, looks back to the left, throws it out to Billy. Billy tries to get out of bounds, and it looks like he does, which will stop the clock at 1:26. So Spartans giving themselves life, got a chance to really, really make something happen here. Getting close to midfield, 1:26 left, get out of bounds, gives the offensive coordinator a chance to see what the defense is coming out in and set a play up. Guys, it is a 7-point ball game, and the Spartans are marching 2nd and short.
Doesn't get much more exciting than this.
Not at all.
Ben is making great big-time plays. Billy Suing is making big-time plays in these big-time situations. No drops right now. He is making sure it's getting done.
Empty formation here, 2-by-3 look here for the Spartans. Jake avoids a sack. He takes off running. He's still on his feet. Takes a big hit from number 5, Hicks. But not before Jake Mortensen picks up a first down. 1st and 10 here for the Spartans. Marching on down the field, now past the 50-yard line. They're on the Outlaws 49.
Calling the clock
Jake
it.
looks like he's going to clock the ball here. And yes, that's exactly what he does. 1 minute, 11 seconds. Clock is stopped. 2nd and 10 here. The Spartans are starting to cook a little bit, and they are making this game really exciting, giving us a chance for an extremely great finish here. Wow, what a ball game this has been. Couple plays that I want to remind you guys about, which in my opinion is why we are in this situation right now. Spartans score with 32 seconds left and go and make the score 7-13 right before the half. 32 seconds left in the ball game. Choose not to run a prevent defense. Leave their corner one-on-one with arguably one of the best receivers in the league, or at least this season been one of the best receivers in the league. He gets that ball down to the 1-yard line. Outlaws are able to punch it in and make that game now a 7-20 ball game. Not to mention, early in the second half, Billy Sewing breaks one up the right side of the sideline after a catch over the middle, and Carl Evans chases him down and knocks it out right before he's able to score a touchdown. Ladies and gentlemen, that's how we have a 20-13 game as Jake comes out in an empty set, looks right, throws right, passes over the head, intended for number 19 from the Spartans. That is intended for Raymond Reed, and it will be incomplete. Remember, we had a spike on first down, so now we're going to bring up a 3rd and
Boldness,
10
though.
here now for the Spartans.
Flag in the secondary at about the 32-yard line. No, correction, about the 28-yard line.
Yeah, it looks like the back judge got something to say about the play.
This could be interesting if it's a holding or pass interference against the defense.
Yeah, it's a hold. So we got a holding now against the Outlaws. Both teams here in the stretch of this game, down the stretch of this game, now officially making crucial mistakes to give the other team a chance to make something happen. Spartans now will have a 1st and 10 situation here on the Outlaws' 39-yard line after that 10-yard penalty.
And there was a penalty right there, but the play before that, Jake Mortensen, before he got clocked, something that he's been doing really good all game is working his shoulders to make himself free and available.
Yep.
He will fling his shoulders to any side to avoid defensive ends and defensive tackles so he can get an open arm angle to make the throw. It's been really impressive.
And on offense now, Tyree Taylor in at the slot position as Jake snaps the ball at a 2x2 set, works his way up into the pocket, got a little bit of room, throws the ball downfield, passes incomplete, nearly intercepted by number 26, Carl Evans. Anytime he's in the vicinity of the ball, it could always wind up in a pick. But Jake, living to play another day and another down, will now bring up a 2nd and 10 here for the Spartans with 59 seconds left in the ballgame.
Kind of surprising where Mortensen put that football when he was probably looking to throw it away there. Thought that was a little more dangerous than it needed to be considering the situation instead of just chucking it straight out of bounds without a risk. But it worked out, and we are still right in the teeth of the action, not knowing which way it'll go just yet. 2nd
and 10, guys. 2x2 look here for the Spartans. Raymond Reed checking into the ball game. Now the slot receiver, Jake Mortensen and Tyree in the backfield. Jake looks to the left, looks back to the right, throws it up the sideline. Ball intended for Billy Sewing. It is incomplete. Billy on the ground, slow to get up, being looked at by one of the coaches, but he's okay. Seems to be working his way up just slowly, but that pass is incomplete, slightly behind Billy. Jake shaking his head a little bit, knew he missed one there. 3rd and 10 here now for the Spartans. 54 seconds left in this ball game. 3rd and 10.
Big missed opportunity. Jake Mortensen had a very high football IQ play with the route concept. He found a coverage miscommunication, had an open Billy Sewing, and just didn't make the throw. So it leaves him now with 3rd and 10. Only 54 ticks left to go in this one.
These are the moments you play for. This is the reason why you suit up and come out here and play semi-pro football. Trips right here for the Spartans. We've got whistles out there. Looks like the play is being blown dead. That'll be a delay of game here against the Spartans, which will march them back. Again, another bad penalty here for the Spartans. The number 1 seed in real danger here of being knocked off their pedestal. 54 seconds in the game. Down by 7 points. 3rd and long. Or what is it you say, Lucas? 3rd and what?
3rd and a country mile.
3rd and a country mile here for the Spartans. It's trips right here. You got Tyree Taylor on the inside, number 3 receiver. Far down to your side of the screen. Closest to you is LaRue Burley. By himself was Drake Capone at the top of the screen. Jake rolls out to the right, looks back to the left, takes off on his feet, gets out of bounds, forced out of bounds by number 8 from the Outlaws, Jordan Brown, the safety, coming up to force him out of bounds. 4th down and 10 here for the Spartans. Really got to dial up your best stuff here. 44 seconds left. Jake gets out of bounds, but yet we
the
got to.
Spartans will take this timeout,
Yeah.
presumably to dial something up to save the season.
Yeah.
An interesting call, knowing you don't have a lot of time. You need to get to the end zone. That timeout is pretty valuable.
But
But
in another note, if you don't get the first down, then you're just holding a timeout in your back pocket.
for nothing.
It's for nothing. So I gotta agree. Call a timeout. Dial up your best stuff here. Give Jake the keys. He's been your guy all year long, and see what happens. But with 44 seconds left in the game, this right here, if they don't get this first down, is for sure Spartans' last shot.
Absolutely. It's all come down to this. You know, Outlaws can just take the knee and get out of here if it not converted. So I'm in agreement with you here. Wilkins doing a good job taking that timeout. Yeah, you want to save it for clock purposes, but you're right. Means nothing if you can't convert. Take the time. Make sure everyone is on the same page. The snap count, the play, the route combinations, the timing. Let's see if Mortensen can identify the coverage early, find the mismatch in this empty set, and convert to keep their season alive.
Before this play starts, win, lose, or draw, this has been a great game out here between two juggernaut football teams. Jake Mortensen takes the field, empty set, 3-by-2 look here, 3 receivers towards the field side, 2 towards the boundary. Jake looks, rolls up into the pocket. He's about to get sacked, and he does. He is brought down by a host of Outlaws. Number 24 in on the play.
And
Assure coming off the edge, getting the sack. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, with no timeouts left in the ball game, 33 seconds in on the clock, it looks like the Outlaws have taken down the number 1 seed. They came, they saw, they conquered, and surely enough, they played, they executed, they did everything you needed to do against a number 1 seed to come out here and make it happen. And at some point, you got to tip your hat. Sometimes it comes down to that game plan, and the Outlaws knew what they wanted to do from the get-go. They wanted to spread this defense out. They wanted to take what they give them. They were going to use the screen game. They were going to use their offensive line to move some bodies up front. 1 knee here will solidify this game as Rico takes the knee, and the Outlaws run the countdown, 30 seconds and counting, have now punched their ticket and are the first team to punch their ticket into the CFL championship game. What a football game, Lucas.
It's been an amazing one to watch from both the sideline and the booth. There is a phrase I've heard back home. It's called ETU. It means expect the unexpected.
Yep.
And on that last play, none other than Assure McMillan comes off the edge to help get that sack or half sack. Really interesting call, as Assure is probably one of your best speed guys for, pass coverage, but the defensive coordinator of the Outlaws dialing up something new, fools the Spartans, ends their season, and just like you said, tip your cap to the Outlaws because this was the best offensive game I have seen them play this entire season.
Oh, yeah.
They had it clicking from kickoff to the end of the game. They played solid through and through. They executed a good game plan, and that is a credit to the Outlaws right there.
This Outlaw team is a real threat. No matter who wins this next games, Canes or Rebels, do not sleep on this Outlaw football team. They can play. They're loaded up with veterans. They know how to get it done. They have the right personnel on the defensive side of the ball. They're now playing the right type of defense. That 30 defense fits this personnel so well, and they are able to reroute receivers. They're able to be physical in the trenches. They're a quicker defensive team than we saw the first 5 games of this season. This Outlaw team deserves it. They executed. The coaches put in a great game plan, and they're on their way to a championship football game.
Yeah, amazing stuff. Well done, well executed. And no matter who will face them in the championship game, I'm sure it's going to be a good one. Your championship football, your playoff football is where you're going to get the best.
Guys, don't go anywhere. As great as this game is, this is only one of 2 games tonight that you'll get to watch. Up next, we got the Canes, we got the Rebels, and a whole different broadcast to come in here and get it done for you boys today. Guys, it's been a pleasure. Not sure exactly if I'm broadcasting next season, but thanks for having me this year. Lucas, thanks for filling in. Thanks for getting it done. On that note, ladies and gents, we out.
See ya.